Hello, friends. You're now listening to the lifestyle, leisure, and sports show you never knew was two of those things.
I think we can all acknowledge that if this fails, you two will be fired and I will remain. So, no pressure.
Bo Bishop, a regional media icon, winner of Emmys, purveyor of the good life.
Sir, you don't know that for a fact.
I just said it on the radio.
Also, two guys this company named Employee of the Month.
What are you talking about?
Paul Hogan is Hulk Hogan's brother. Look it up.
Because it's Hulk Hogan. That's his real name.
One guy is from Australia. The other one is from Tampa.
Maybe he's from Hollywood, brother.
Not brothers. Chops.
Yes, they are.
This is Bishop and Friends.
Oh, yes, it is. Eric Rieser, DeVier, Posey, Ryan Baker rolling with you for the next 3 hours on this day before Independence Day. Spectacular first Friday. I'm really excited for a number of different reasons, but at the end of the program, I don't want to wish these 3 hours away, but have I got an officially endorsed drink recommendation for you coming up at 11:48 to be properly prepared for your Independence Day holiday. DeVier, I was telling you before the show, and I think the last time you and I did a program together, I was wearing a mustache.
Yes, it's been over a year ago. What's up, Eric? And what's up, Columbus? I don't get to say hello to the people at this time of day. So
How you feeling?
It's early.
It is.
It's early, but I'm always up at this time. This is normally drop off kids hours.
Okay, so what have you guys been up to? Like, we're in the middle of the summer.
Yes.
I want to call this I don't ever want to wish days away. But whenever they wrote the song, it's the most wonderful time of the year, referencing Christmas.
Yeah.
They're full of it. Sorry, Jesus. This is the most wonderful time of the year.
You know, and this is the thing about this time of the year. I don't appreciate it until I have it. And what's so crazy is sports kind of brings stress to me. Like, you got to watch a game.
Yep.
Obviously, it's entertainment, but just having nothing to do, coming up with stuff, like fun stuff to do. I found a playlist on Spotify, a summertime playlist, like just songs from the 90s, early 2000s. I'm listening to it yesterday. I go get some ice cream. I take a walk at the park. It's just a great time. I'm planning how many fireworks we're going to hit. See, we don't really do red, white, and boom. We just do as many township fireworks as possible. So we're going to get at least 3 in.
So the Posey family 4th of July is going to look like what in the morning?
So I'll probably won't sleep in. Breakfast, we'll have lunch, throw the dogs on, throw some brats on, throw some burgers on. Then from there, I think tonight we're doing Pickerington fireworks. Tomorrow we're going to do New Albany fireworks. And it'll just go like that.
That's a solid plan.
It's a solid plan.
Hopefully the weather holds up for everybody. I know the Crew have a match tonight against Nashville at Lower.com Field. That was moved up to 6:30 because of the aforementioned red, white, and boom. So I guess just a quick programming note for that. If you're, planning on going down for that match tonight or for red, white, and boom, it's going to be a lot. So I would just like to remind everybody to be patient with each other. Let's have some grace here before we get into what could be a very stressful time. And, of course, be safe with those fireworks. We've got a loaded show today. We'll have Jake Trotter, who covers college football at large for ESPN. He'll be on at 10:33. It's been a historic week in the sport. With no games to be said, when we woke up on Monday, everything was different.
Yes.
And so we'll have him on to discuss a lot of that. We'll have Hey Guys at 11 o'clock, as we normally do every first Friday. So get your questions in at 971BFS. Use the hashtag Hey Guys or at the YouTube chat, which is up right now. Again, anything that DeVier, Baker, or myself can read and answer on the air, we'll do that at 11. Our favorite Hey Guys question, I'll get a $50 gift card and a free distillery tour to High Bank. So you're a huge winner going into the holiday weekend. And then Steve Mears was announced yesterday as the new television play-by-play voice for your Columbus Blue Jackets. He'll join us at 11:33. I really am interested to get his thoughts on how this organization, how this roster, how this team looks to him from being from being outside of the Columbus bubble, and especially in a place like Pittsburgh, a competent, historically great franchise, how he looks at something like Columbus, which, boy, when Don Waddell picked up the hood, probably didn't love what he saw with this car.
Made changes immediately. Yep. So I think the thing I'm looking forward to, especially coming from Pittsburgh, I want to understand how can we get to just 3,000 feet and just be able to just stay there and just cruise for a couple years, right? Like, how do we not go 2 up and how do we not go 2 low?
Sounds so easy. But as historically we've seen with this organization, it has not been the case. But yeah, it's I would say a very historic summer for this franchise. So again, we'll do that. Plus, they got a schedule that came out yesterday. Plus, Don Waddell's looking to make some moves. Plus, they've got 90 different other things going on. So he did pick a hell of a time to join a new franchise.
DeVier, I'm pretty sure he'll answer that by saying you draft Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Marc-Andre Fleury in back-to-back years.
Yeah, it's all about the draft.
I'll let you pick your own adventure here, DeVier. Where do you want to start? With LeBron or baseball in the Buckeye State?
Let's start baseball in the Buckeye State.
All right, as you heard Baker in the update, Elly De La Cruz had his first venture to New Yankee Stadium last night, and he acquitted himself pretty well. Reds get the 5-4 win there, thanks to a triple and a home run from Mr. De La Cruz, one of the most exciting players in the sport of baseball. And for Cincinnati, who now is 5 games under 500 and still within spitting distance of a wild card, there's still a couple months left that they could make a run in the NL Central. Like, nothing's dead for this Red Leg squad, and you have a superstar that helps carry you through the summer if you're dealing with a slump, but they're not slumping. So a streaking squad with a superstar can get a lot done.
Yeah, I think the thing about Elly De La Cruz, obviously people here in Ohio who cover him, we saw his superstar ability immediately. And for him to just vote himself into, a national face of the league type of player, the Reds have to be doing better as a team. I don't know if you agree or disagree there, but I got to see him play last year. Last fall, we drove down. I wanted the boys to see him. He's very tall. He's 6'5", 6'6". He caught a line drive where I swear you could have put a whole office desk under his feet. And the thing about him, he plays with such freedom, just like a kid-like love for the game. And I'm a big fan of him. I'm turning to, he's actually getting my attention back on the Reds.
Yep.
And you need a superstar like that. Because I grew up liking Ken Griffey, Sean Casey, all of those guys during that time, Barry Larkin. So, but we need more team success, E.
DeVier, it's awesome to see his star power. And, he's just 21. He's still learning the game and all of that. But you see him go to Los Angeles and have these big games and afterwards talk about how much he loves Los Angeles. And then he goes to Yankee Stadium for the first time and does what he does last night and talks about playing on the big stage. And as a Reds fan, and I know Matty Ice feels this way, I just get so nervous because that's where he's going to end up one of these days.
You're
It's
already
Los
putting him in
Angeles or New
pinstripes.
York, and it's so scary.
Yeah,
He's going to price himself out of Cincinnati.
he definitely will. He will be in the big city market.
We've just dipped our toes in July, and you're already putting him in Dodger blue or pinstripes.
We're Ohio
He's
State.
already
Ohio
a free
I got a
sports
agent.
Cincinnati
fans.
native, and I got a Reds fan here.
He's already in free agency 2 years ahead.
Oh yeah, he's so fun to watch. He's got to be. I don't even know who in baseball, and maybe like
I don't
Bo
know.
Jackson. I
See,
don't know. For me, Ken Griffey Jr. Who was the last guy that was this exciting?
Oh, man.
I know there's a lot of good young players in the game right now.
Well,
but
he's a hitter, but just like his ability to steal bases, like you don't get that from Ken Griffey. You don't get that from Barry Bonds. He has a kid-like love for the game where he's doing everything well. He does everything well. So I don't know, Bake. I don't know who his comp is.
I don't know. We always try to do this in sports talk radio. Like, we got to find a comparison to something.
Got to find a comp.
And I don't know with Elly if there is one that would do it justice, not only for De La Cruz, but the player you'd be comparing him to.
And I'm not really trying to comp him, I guess. I just am trying to think of someone who has brought this much fun and enthusiasm to the game.
I mean, Griffey's a good one.
Griffey's a good one.
Right? Like, he was, the kid, obviously, and growing up in Ohio's Queen City, there was, I think, the reciprocal love. There was the love for the city, the love for the franchise, and then you give the hug right back. Similar things, I think, can be said about this Cleveland Guardians squad. Last night, Bo Naylor with a sacrifice walk-off on the Chicago White Sox. It had been a little bit of a slump for Cleveland, but you hold on for a 7-6 win. White Sox are terrible. You have to acquit yourself accordingly to teams that are bad as this. But for the Guardians and even for the Reds, Baker, DeVier, it becomes a thing where you look to the end of the month in Major League Baseball's trade deadline and you say, let's make a run at this. For the Reds, if you guys are already sending De La Cruz to one coast or the other, then make a run of this and see what you can do now. Similarly, as a Guardians fan, I believe the franchise owes it to Jose Ramirez to go out and get, maybe a 3 or a 4th day starter that can really elevate what's been. Boy, it's been a shaky starting rotation. I think they're getting Gavin Williams back tonight, the Guardians are, and so game 2 of this 3-game set with the Chicago White Sox. But let's go be buyers for both clubs to provide, I guess, more hope heading into the fall.
Reese, I don't know who it was, if it was someone on The Athletic or if it was someone on Bleacher Report, but they were doing predictions for the trade deadline, and they said they thought the Guardians are going to go out and get 2 arms and an outfield bat.
That's ambitious. If they get an arm and an outfield bat, then I'd be all right with it. But again, that's a 6:40 tonight in Cleveland. You'll have Gavin Williams starting. I think what he does tonight, and then kind of what he's able to do over the next couple of weeks, really this Guardians rotation is able to do over the next couple of weeks, stay healthy and get their innings up, then I think that really dictates what they do at the trade deadline. NBA's free agent deadline, I guess NBA's free agent period, I should say, started technically as soon as the NBA Finals were done. I know you're not allowed to do the tampering and all of that, but let's be honest here. Everybody's having conversations with agents, with proxies, and I know teams could start negotiating directly on Monday. They can't sign new deals until this coming Saturday, but this was something that came across just before the show went hot. LeBron James, I love how it was phrased. Free agent LeBron James has agreed to a 2-year, $104 million maximum deal to return to the Lakers, as if he was ever going to go anywhere else but Los Angeles. But he does, of course, you said this in May. He was going to opt out. He had the player option this season. They were going to renegotiate, try to free up some cap space and see if they can add another piece. I think they were hoping it was Klay Thompson, but add another piece for this Lakers run. And DeVier, I'm going to do a little bit of shuffling on you because, boy, I would say outside of the LeBron news this morning, it's been a rough few weeks for Los Angeles. Can I interest you in LeBron James Jr.? We'll discuss that next. It's Bishop and Friends on The Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up a brand new store in your area, located at Taylor Square in Reynoldsburg, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, MyBobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my brand new Bob's Discount Furniture, coming to Reynoldsburg this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road faster than it takes for your fancy designer half-calf, heavy cream, no-whip, mocha latte to get cold. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Hi, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Need a perfect gift? Check out the new line of Glock watches and other stunning jewelry at Worthington Jewelers. Make every occasion sparkle with Worthington Jewelers, where exceptional gifts await.
You've heard my promise to you before, but I'll say it again. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians will always come through for you when you need us to. It doesn't matter if it's restoring cooling, heat, or plumbing. We'll get there when you need us and fix the situation right then and there. Unfortunately, though, there is one situation where we can't get your cooling or heat working again, and that's when the power goes down. If that happens, there's nothing we can do to restore comfort to your home at that time. What we can do is install a whole home backup generator ahead of time. That way your home will remain an oasis of cool comfort or warmth and light, Wi-Fi, and all the comforts of civilization. And since the point of a backup generator is to come through with power when you need it, we also provide full service and maintenance for your Eco-installed generator. So you know your backup generator will be as reliable as Eco. Want that added reassurance for your home? Call us
at geteco.com.
One of the most important Buckeye football seasons ever is coming. The Fan is your home for all the news and interviews you need as fall camp approaches. Join us. We're a friendly bunch of degenerates. Your Buckeye station, The Fan.
The Ohio Egg Fest is back for its 10th year, presented by Specialty Gas House and Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. Join us for this big green egg grilling competition at Fortress Obetz on Saturday, July 27th. Enjoy all-you-can-eat food from 36 cook teams, live music from North to Nashville, cooking demos, giveaways, and more. Don't miss out on discounted big green egg grill packages with over $600 off retail and a lifetime warranty. Pre-order online at theohioeggfest.com today before they sell out. All proceeds benefit cancer research at the James. Get your discounted big green egg grills and your taster tickets now at theohioeggfest.com.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
I've always wanted 3 kids. I came from a family of 3 kids, and I started picturing having 3 car seats in the back of my truck.
That's Megan, Wisconsin native, working mom of 2 and lifelong conservative. Megan never thought she would get an abortion until a diagnosis late in her pregnancy changed everything.
Doctors told us our baby had no chance to survive. And because of Wisconsin's abortion ban, I would be forced to carry my baby for months, knowing he would die. It felt like a bad dream.
To get the care she needed, Megan had to leave the state. And now if senators in Washington pass a national abortion ban, families like Megan's will have nowhere to turn.
These decisions should be made privately amongst women and their families. And government should have no say in that. No senator in Washington should support a national abortion ban.
Paid for by Free and Just. Visit freeandjust.us to learn more.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are cloudy with temperatures back in the 80s. Going to be feeling more like the 90s for now. Temperatures continue to climb with highs in the 90s, feeling more like 100 degrees this afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms get started by 2, continue into 4 p.m. with the strongest showers and storms moving out shortly after 6 p.m. I'm meteorologist Madison Wright with your Doppler 10 forecast on The Fan.
The uncle you never knew you had. The friends you kind of wish you didn't. This is Bishop and Friends.
So a lot of scuttlebutt's been made over the past couple of weeks, I would say. Eric Rieser, DeVier Posey, Ryan Baker, about the Lakers and what we all kind of thought was going to happen at 55. Going to take Bronny James. LeBron wasn't going anywhere. He was going to opt out of the final year of his contract, restructure his deal. And then him and his son were going to be the first father-son duo to share an NBA court together. And I thought, okay, that's goofy. That's really something only like the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron could pull off. And that's not as egregious to me as them lowballing Dan Hurley the way they did. Because if you're going to pull a back-to-back national champion college basketball coach, and you're going to bring him to Los Angeles, a team that I would say has some issues. Like we talk about Don Waddell opening the Blue Jackets hood and not seeing what he likes with that engine. How do you think this is going to look if you got a guy like Dan Hurley opening the hood of the Lakers and saying, well, I've got Anthony Davis I can't trust for a season, and I've got LeBron, who I don't know necessarily if anybody's ever coached him. You're going to make me the highest paid coach in the NBA. And they did not. He would have been like top 6.
Yeah.
That, to me, was more egregious than anything the Lakers did with Bronny. Because I get it from a LeBron James father standpoint. And if you're sitting there going, well, LeBron's not running the Lakers, you're kidding yourself. But for Bronny, you know, if he stays close to home, that makes mom and dad happy.
Mm-hmm.
He stays close to his, doctors that were treating him when he had his heart scare. That makes mom and dad feel better. If I'm LeBron, damn what everybody thinks, this is the route that I'm going to take. And I don't think it puts a whole lot of pressure on Bronny because he's not going to be expected much this season.
Yeah, no, well, first off, there was a lot of negotiation power and play pools here just in terms of the head coaching, LeBron's deal, them drafting Bronny, what LeBron could have got in free agency, what he took from the Lakers, and also Bronny James' guaranteed deal. Let's first start off with Dan Hurley and J.J. Redick situation, Eric, because we haven't got to catch up on this whole just dynamic that Showtime Lakers just continue to give us every year. They just give us a show, drama with.
It's the fun and dysfunction.
Oh, it's 8 episodes deep, this show. So this JJ Redick, they have the podcast, and I don't know if you've watched it, Mind the Game.
I saw an episode. I saw a part of an episode. I'll say this. And they were talking and drinking wine, and the only takeaway I got of it was JJ's glass was empty, and so was LeBron's. And LeBron poured himself a glass of wine and didn't offer JJ any until he got a look from Redick that was like, "You're not going to offer me any," and then LeBron apologized. And I said, "That's rude."
Yeah. So, but it's crazy you brought that up because the dynamic between those guys.
Just remember that when you're at a party this weekend.
Yes.
If you're at a table with people.
For somebody.
Yes. Always make sure that everybody else has a full glass before you pour yours.
So the dynamic between JJ and LeBron, they're almost the same age. I mean, they came out of high school around the same time. LeBron watched JJ as a senior at Duke while he was just getting started in the NBA. JJ has this thing about him, this basketball snobbiness or this basketball just heir apparent to
He's smarter than everybody else, and he knows it.
And it shows with the way that he carries himself.
And I'm okay with that.
Honestly, the thing about JJ, I hated Duke JJ. But
everybody hated Duke JJ.
The thing I love about NBA JJ is how did that guy carve out that much time and meaningful minutes for himself? It's because of his knowledge for the game, not his shooting ability. And so within that show, it shows how much he knows about basketball. And then also there are certain things that he'll check the liar LeBron on. Like, it was this one scene, Eric, where he was like, LeBron was like, I'm a chess guy. And Jay was like, you play chess? What's your favorite chess move?
Hear about that.
And then LeBron's like, well, I don't play chess. I'll just say it. So if JJ can call Bron out on his crap, because that will need to happen, I think that dynamic won't be as bad as people think it will be.
Well, I'm interested, a 4-year deal for Redick. Right now, a 2-year, I guess it'll be a 1-year deal for LeBron because you'll have a player option and a no-trade clause on that second year of the deal, which is what LeBron's been doing. Likely, Bronny stays, so it's JJ and Bronny through years, probably the final year of what would be JJ Redick's first contract, because I think LeBron's got 2 years of basketball left in him.
Yeah. And I think from a dad's perspective on the Bronny draft, the thing that I like is letting your son sign his guaranteed rookie deal first and then signing your deal after. Now, he gave a couple million to his son.
It will be interesting and I haven't seen the numbers for Bronny's contract just yet.
Yeah.
But for the league minimum for a player with 0 years of service is $1.19 million.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to get at least that, likely a signing bonus and whatever else that they feel that he's worth.
Yeah.
And so, it's a situation with, Bron and his kid that they're going to be fine with whatever LeBron's got left in Los Angeles. And maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. Bronny's going to see the court when they're up by 20 or they're down by 20. And he's going to ask for a couple assists and a couple of points per game. The other bad thing this week was Klay Thompson told him no thanks. He said, I'm going to sign with the Dallas Mavericks. And he's on a 3-year, $50 million deal there. And, for the Lakers, that would be Hurley turns him down. Celtics pass them in all-time NBA titles. They get their 18th. Now it's just Los Angeles with 17, 16, probably Boston fan would say because of the bubble. Klay Thompson turns them down. And they made an okay pick with Dalton Knecht in the first round. Big swingman out of Tennessee.
I thought that was one of the best picks of the draft.
I do too.
Yeah, that's one of the best pick. Kid can flat out play.
And so the Bronny thing just adds intrigue, if anything.
Yeah.
To this. Yeah. And so the Lakers are kind of able to, I don't know if you salvage what's been a really bad summer for them, but you're able to now with LeBron signing again that 2-year, $104 million maximum deal, lets them go, okay, now we just need the missing piece that they wanted to be Klay Thompson, now is not that, but then you can kind of look forward.
Yeah. And
that's important.
Here's the thing with sports. There is nepotism involved, but to understand what it means to be a pro. There's this podcast with Mike Tomlin, and he says, I get upset when coaches talk about anything other than pedigree, because everything else can be coached. If you don't have the pedigree to where you understand what the professional life is like, you might have had a professional cousin or uncle or brother, or in Bronny James Jr.'s case, a father that understands how to approach the daily life of being a professional athlete. I'm going to have to coach you through everything else. I'm going to have to teach you about this lifestyle. I'm going to have to teach you how to study, teach you how to take care of your body. And bottom line, that is a plus, E. It's a plus. I'm sorry.
No, it is. It is
a plus.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And, you know, with he's wearing number 9, so he's, you know, what's it? Did LeBron wear 8 as a Laker too?
LeBron wore 6.
Okay.
And then moved back to 23.
It was Kobe that was 8.
It was Kobe 8 and then Kobe 24.
24.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, I think a lot of fun can be had with all of this, and certainly we're going to be very interested to see what happens down the stretch. Another team with a busy summer ahead of them is the Columbus Blue Jackets. It was announced yesterday they're going to open the season Thursday, October 10th. That'll be at Minnesota. Columbus will host Sergei Bobrovsky and the Florida Panthers in their home opener Tuesday, October 15th. Again, new television play-by-play voice of the Jackets, Steve Mears, is going to come on with us at 11:33 this morning. He had spent some time in Pittsburgh with the Penguins. Another player that had spent some time in Pittsburgh with the Penguins was one Jack Johnson. Well, looks like Jack's coming back to Columbus. It's a small 1-year, $775,000 contract, league minimum. But to get a veteran defenseman, I think just in the room, having won a cup, able to help with a lot of the young talent that this Jackets team has. I know, and I'll lean on Baker for this, there was some scuttlebutt once that news was out last night with Johnson, who had spent 7 seasons in Columbus, coming back. He was with the Avalanche last season. Some comments he made on his way to Pittsburgh when he had signed with the Penguins in what would have been, Baker, 2018?
That's correct.
Talking about he'd been looking for a winning culture in Pittsburgh. A lot of people took that as a shot that he didn't get it in Columbus.
And it ruffled some feathers, and mostly John Tortorella, the coach at the time, his feathers a little bit. And, well, I mean, listen, though, Jack is a guy that's stayed in Columbus. He lives in Columbus. His family is in Columbus now. So I'll take him at his word that he wasn't totally taking a shot at the Jackets there. It was just, hey, Pittsburgh has been one of the example organizations for the past 2 decades in the National Hockey League.
At the time, when you're looking at one organization and the other, you're looking at Columbus and you're looking at Pittsburgh, it would have been, yeah, you take it as somewhat of a slight, but I look back and go, could you have blamed him at the time?
No, you can't blame anybody. And when that clock is ticking as a player, especially for a vet like Jack Johnson, you want to be around winning, Bake. Like, you want to, you know what goes into everyday preparation. And when you see one thing, just like a towel on the floor after a guy showers in the locker room, you have this thought like, oh, a dirty locker room, that means we can't be a winning team. Even that stuff gets under your skin at that time in your career. So when you go to a place like Pittsburgh and they do everything right, in every action, how you do anything is how you do everything, is what Mama Posey taught me. And so even in the way you prepare, the way you take care of your locker room, for a vet like Jack Johnson, you want to be around that. And I really believe that bringing someone like him back here, he can help instill that culture.
Yeah, Aaron Portzline has a great article up at The Athletic right now. Just some comments from Jack as he was, reunited with a lot of the guys that he had played with in his time in Columbus. Some of them now even work in the front office, and just seeing how things have changed with this organization. The new leader of the Blue Jackets organization, Don Waddell, has an update on the Jackets head coaching search. You'll hear from him next. It's Bishop and Friends on The Fan.
Bobby Carpenter doesn't have a mullet, but he's knee-deep in mullet energy. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan.
Hi, this is Ron from the Good Feet store. Are you standing on painful feet all day? Don't lose hope. We want to help you live without pain. Discover your option and visit goodfeet.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait, I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardell Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Smiths Cardell Jones Charity Softball Game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why picnic when you can smicknick? Get your $10 tickets now at BuckeyeCruise.com.
This is Ice-T, repping Raising Cane's Iced Tea, the official iced tea of iced tea. Brewed throughout the day and perfectly poured over Cane's signature crush ice makes Cane's Iced Tea the only iced tea as fresh as me. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Rieser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Now at UDF, buy 3 everyday favorites with UDrive Plus to quickly stack an extra 20 cents in gas savings. That includes drinks like Coke and Sprite, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. And that adds up. UDF, made for you. Specially marked products with an opted-in UDrive account.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
This summer, click into easier yard cleanup with same-day delivery from the Home Depot. Click into clearing overgrown grass or weeds with effortless gas-like power. And click into the convenience of a battery platform compatible with over 250 tools with the Milwaukee M18 Fuel Trimmer, now for just $199. Click into power with 4th of July savings now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select and stock items by 4 p.m. subject to availability.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Bishop and Friends is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medications. The solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
What's up?
What's up, man? What's up with you?
Now, the Columbus Blue Jackets are hoping to trend upwards. A lot of work on the plate. A lot of big decisions for new general manager and president of hockey operations, Don Waddell. I would say paramount among them is getting a new head coach. Like, you still got to figure out what you want to do with your roster. I know they added Sean Monahan earlier this week for some veteran help. Again, if you missed the news, Jack Johnson's coming back to the CBJ on a 1-year deal. So you are, what I think, is adding some veteran presence, adding a little bit of depth in places that you need it, and then looking at the roster that he inherited and saying, I'm not thrilled with a lot of what I'm seeing. But for the head coaching search, And I don't know if there's necessarily, if you want to fast track this or you want to do it as quickly as possible. I think you want to let DeVier take the time that it takes.
Absolutely.
Because you want to hire the right guy for, I don't know if Waddell wants this to be a full rebuild, but you want to hire the right guy that's basically finishing your sandwiches for you. Sentences.
In Don Waddell's opening interview, the thing he discussed was not having any input from the players. He gave the former head coach about 18 hours. and for him to be able to take his time with this search by making immediate moves, I thought that was some early genius. And not rushing it is great, because the direction that you move in head coaching wise for the next 2 years is going to be the direction of you as a general manager's job for the next 5 years. If you make the right move, you can lock your job in for 10 years, or you can heat the seat up immediately. So I think taking your time, is the best thing for this decision right here, and I'm okay with it. We don't need to have a name now.
Yeah, when he had gotten hired, the impatient Eric wanted something to be done. Let's move. Because there was only a couple of weeks before the NHL draft. They were still figuring out what to do with the 4th overall pick. And I thought to myself at the time, okay, you don't have a general manager. Are you going to hire one of those? You don't have a head coach. Are you going to hire one of those? Patrick Laine's representatives have asked for a fresh start. Are you going to be able to move him and maybe acquire a pick, or are you going to shore up a spot of need before the draft, which then I would think affects your draft stock? But Waddell, and I'm a proponent of this, you trust your gut. And they made the pick at 4 with Caden Lindstrom. He'll be on with Rothman and Ice this afternoon, actually live in studio. That'll be around 1 o'clock for Lindstrom with Maddie and AR. But back to Don Waddell in choosing a coach. This was from our friends over at 10 TV with the Jackets boss discussing kind of, what's the timetable? Is there a timetable? Do we have an update?
The only team in the NHL looking for a coach. So the coaches that are there today are going to be there tomorrow. We got to do our due diligence on all these guys, which we had a big list to start with, and we did that, and we narrowed it down. Now, if we need to spend 2 days, a week with each guy or different guys or girls, we need to do that, because we got to get this right. This is going to be the most important hire that this franchise makes this summer. So we got to get this right. I believe we will.
So you had 3 before the draft, and then so you start chopping away at candidates.
Yeah, and he said in that interview with Dom that they're down to the 3 guys. Okay. It sounds like Todd McClellan is one of those. I believe Aaron Portzline dropped the name Dean Evison as well, who had been coach of the Minnesota Wild here recently. And I can't remember the third that Aaron dropped that might be that guy. And if Aaron's reporting it, it's probably pretty spot on.
You can take it to the bank.
All of the smoke around this recently has been towards Todd McClellan, it seems like recently.
So I know he had said, Waddell had said that they want somebody, they need somebody with actual NHL experience. This can't be a guy's first stop. This can't be a guy's first crack at this, which leads me to believe there is to be some rebuild for Waddell, but he wants this to go, if not this year, next year. And by go, I mean just compete in the Metropolitan Division. Look to chase an 8 for a couple of months.
Well, and at the draft, he said, we hope to not be picking this high next year.
That's not as bad as Yarmo saying this is a playoff team last fall, but I would think the Jackets would find themselves close to where they were.
Reese, one guy Waddell did rule out is Joel Quenneville, who just recently got reinstated by the league as being able to be hired. And the Jackets have said that he is not a candidate for this job.
Which I'm okay with. I think if you go from Babcock to Pascal Vincent and then you bring in Joel Quenneville,
that's
not great.
That's the thing with the Babcock experience last year. The PR of bringing in Joel Quenneville is just not there, whether he's the right guy or not. And he's a great hockey coach, but that cloud over him right now, 1 year after the Babcock stuff, is just, you can't do it.
So Todd McClellan feels to me the name that they want to have landed on. It was funny doing the Saturday Spectacular at Tyvus. He says July 6th they will announce a new head coach, or at least be announced.
Well,
of a
that
new
will
Blue
be
Jackets
good
coach.
because I'll be hosting with Tim May that day, and hopefully it happens while we're on the air.
So take that to the bank if you're, trusting hockey insider Tyvis.
He just named that, or he has the inside?
No, he just named it. He said that's when he said that's the date they're going to name it.
Okay,
so
after the holiday weekend.
Oh yeah, you wait after the 4th. Everybody kind of recovers from a 4th and a 5th, and I guess that would be Saturday. So that would fit to be. The Blue Jackets have made moves, or at least when news is broken about the Blue Jackets, it does feel like it falls Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I think the Babcock stuff was a Saturday, and then the Babcock firing was a Sunday. And so, okay, that would be kind of in line with what they've done historically.
Imagine going to church and getting fired.
I don't know. Babcock was doing any repenting that day.
I can tell you for a fact the Babcock firing was on a Sunday because I was in here and AR and Timmy came flying into the studio so we could break in live.
Now, I remember exactly what I was doing, lamenting the whole thing, like the news leading up into that. And my girlfriend and I were driving back actually from Pittsburgh, and that news popped up on my phone. And I remember looking at her, those idiots did it. They actually did the right thing. So that'll be all we bring up about that with Babcock, because this is now no longer that franchise, or at least we hope that is no longer the thing. DeVier, it was funny before some of the stuff this morning started to break in terms of LeBron, and I went off of the rails as to what we normally plan for the show. I was thinking of going through all 82 games for the Jackets to play the schedule game. You do it for the NFL. You do it for Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
We just go through, what would it be? Start with the preseason in September, go October, November, December, January, February, into the Stadium Series in March. But I don't think there's just not enough time, I'd say, this morning to go through something like that.
You might lose some people.
I think people would not be thrilled as they're either driving to where they're going for the 4th of July holiday, or at least driving around doing that honey-do list that things need to get done before whatever celebrating they might be doing tomorrow. But just an interesting note for the beginning of the season with Bob and the Panthers going to be the first game at Nationwide Arena. And then I look, DeVier, to that Stadium Series where you have at the Horseshoe the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings. Yes. I think what we've heard over the past couple of months is how are you going to get that stadium ready for an NHL game to be played on.
That's going to be absolutely sick. And then I think you also kind of draw the Ohio State, Michigan Wolverines crowd there, just because a lot of Michigan fans are Red Wing fans. So it will be somewhat of a version of the Buckeyes versus the Wolverines.
I think you lean into that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Saturday, March 1st. The time on that's still TBD. I think tickets and information are also TBD. I think Waddell had said about 120,000 had been interested in purchasing tickets, which checks out.
Checks.
Knowing the passion of the fan base in this city. And to your point about how there being such that connection between the Red Wings and, the team up north in Ohio State and being played at the, I'd say, cathedral of college football, you get all of that in the experience.
The Roman Coliseum.
Script Ohio on ice. I can't wait.
Just about to bring that up, Baker. As a kid going to Ohio State games, I would be amazed with the best damn band in the land doing Script Ohio on the ice.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many exactly they could get. How many Script Ohios do you think they could get on the ice?
You can only do one.
I feel like that's...
You can only do one.
You do one normally.
You can do some outside.
Because it's bigger? Do you do more than one?
You can only do one on the ice surface. You could maybe do some around the ice surface, but...
How do you train for that? Like
shuffle your feet,
spike shoes.
No, I'm talking the intersection where the cursive H just you got to put your tuba up and down on the ice. That's too scary. You can't have a person fall during Script Ohio. Bake what? No,
well, spike shoes.
You cannot do that, especially a nationally televised game with the eyes of not only the NHL but really the eyes of sport will be on that just to see how this whole thing looks.
Can't get at the Red Wings and Michigan fans we mess up Script Ohio.
So you got to practice,
lots of practice,
and then you got to make sure you have your bravest members of Tibittle out there. Because, like you said, there can't be an accident at the intersection of the Script H. A silver bullet joined the juice this morning. You're going to hear from Jack Sawyer next. It's Bishop and Friends on the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one? Yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet starting at $19.99 per month offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig in our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Rockman and Ice.
I mean, that is a pretty good even keel way outside of a mallet to the head to get yourself to go to sleep.
Some NyQuil, maybe a Xanax. That'll really take care of you.
Rockman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Dreaming of a wedding band as unique as your love story? Join us at Diamond Cellar's Wedding Weekend, July 26th and 27th. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. We've been helping you craft your love stories for over 77 years. And for 1 weekend only, we're offering 20% off custom designed wedding bands. We guarantee the best price and unparalleled quality. Let our expert jewelers bring your vision to life with a custom creation. The possibilities are endless. Come see us July 26th and 27th at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Whether it's expanding your business, upgrading your equipment, or covering payroll, you can score big with swishfunding.com, the slam dunk solution for your business funding needs. If you have at least $25,000 in monthly revenue and been in business for at least 1 year, qualifying's easier than a layup. We fund up to $5 million in 24 hours. Go to swishradio.com. That's SWISH radio.com. swishradio.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. The best hair on the air. You were listening to Bishop and Friends.
Yes, you are. Eric Rieser, DeVier Posey, Ryan Baker until 1 o'clock today. This pre-Independence Day edition of Bishop and Friends. We are available on YouTube if you haven't heard the news. You can catch all your favorite fan shows at WBNS Radio, the handle. But if you go to the tube and just search 971 The Fan, you'll have our live shows. You'll have our shorts.
Hold on. I got to work an extra hour today?
Oh, no, we're on to noon. So twice this morning, I've almost called it Fan Sports Saturday.
I mean, I don't mind.
I haven't yet.
I'll take the money.
Yet. 9 to noon today, noon to 3, Rothman and Ice. 1 o'clock, Caden Lindstrom, the Jackets' 4th overall pick, will be joining the boys in studio. So make sure you're properly prepared and situated for that. Back to our chat about the YouTube. On the chat, you can interact with us there at 971BFS. Get your Hey Guys questions in before 11 o'clock. If we can read them on the air, we will. And then our favorite, we'll get a $50 gift card and a distillery tour to our friends at High Bank. Trent chimes in on YouTube. I have a picture of the alumni band doing Script Ohio on the ice at the Shot. There's no way you can do more than just one. Oh, ye of little faith, Trent. I think you have to be imaginative.
Yeah, maybe 2 max.
I do think 1. One feels like the right amount because 2, 3, 4 would be ambitious.
Yeah.
But if you've seen renderings of the Stadium Series and how it's going to be at the Horseshoe, again, just renderings, so it could look wildly different once you get to that March 1st. But when you've seen other Stadium Series, they've had stuff going on outside around the ice because there's, for what, a MetLife Stadium. For the artist formerly known as Heinz Field, there's some distance between what would be the hockey rink and the stands.
Absolutely.
So you could probably do some scripting out there.
Okay. Yeah, a little fill in that sideline area.
Yeah, but you have to, as much as you could humanly possibly, lean into Ohio State and the lore that is, again, the cathedral of college football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you have to have some honor there, and especially
the uniforms got to pop a little bit. Some scarlet and gray, maybe.
Well, there's not much going on in Ohio Stadium in March. It's pretty empty.
Well, hopefully they winterize it before you get to that point. I know there's an EPL or a European friendly that's going to be taking place here in July. I think that, there's so much more that's being brought to Ohio Stadium. And obviously that's in part to raise money for name, image, and likeness efforts at your alma mater. But, just to have more of these things requires more infrastructure and requires just more care being put in what is, 100-plus-year-old building.
Yeah, absolutely. But that care is top notch, and they're always going to make sure that stadium is. You got to ask Tito about trying to sneak in there.
Can't do it anymore. I remember growing up in Columbus, you used to be able to, in Arlington, just ride your bike down, and the gates would be open, and you kind of just roll down the ramp and goof around on the field. Yeah. Now you cannot.
My dad said they used to play football out on there on like Sunday afternoons. Yeah. They would go down and. Crazy.
Now you got to buy a ticket if you want a tour of the building. But again, raise money for NIL efforts. I get it.
This isn't Nippert. This isn't Nippert Stadium. You just can't
free reign.
You just can't walk on this field. No.
Did you ever do that growing up? Just go down to Nippert and okay.
Yeah. We would take the bus. It was a 17. It would take us down Hamilton Avenue from College Hill right down. It would just be on one street. We would get off. Me and my brother. A big thing we liked to do growing up was Bearcat Midnight Madness.
Okay, yeah.
It was a big thing with those Bearcat teams with Steve Logan, the Kenny Satterfields, Leonard Stokes, James Flight White, Kenyon Martin. Those were like my Bearcat years growing up, catching those times, man. Those were good teams, man.
I think there is the passion with Ohio State's fan base where you could do something similar.
Absolutely.
Where you could get them to pack the shoe, a midnight event. You'd obviously sell tickets to do some sort of a countdown. Because I don't know if you saw this in Norman, Oklahoma, when they were joining the SEC. They had a countdown clock to midnight Monday morning.
Okay.
And once it hit midnight, Oklahoma was in the SEC. They had fireworks go off in the stadium, and then they did an SEC day down at the stadium. There's enough passion and fervor with this fan base to do something similar.
No, I think if especially for basketball, right? Just if there was a dunk contest, there was some type of, inter-squad scrimmage. I think embracing the Midnight Madness whole thing is about us getting to know the team better, like getting to know who's on the roster, making the freshmen do something in front of the crowd, like a dance or something, or sing off.
Just endear themselves to the fan base.
Guys, I believe the basketball team used to do something like that, a Midnight Madness type thing where they would introduce the team. So, the football team for sure would be able to pack the shoe for that.
And I say all of that to reference a comment made by Jack Sawyer. So, Ohio State star defensive end made an appearance with Beam and Bobby this morning on Morning Juice, just talking about the passion for the Ohio State fan base and how it just hits different in Columbus.
It's unlike any place else in the country. You know what I mean? It's just there's something about Buckeye football in Columbus and in the state of Ohio it's just not like any place else in the country. And I tried to explain to a lot of the guys, especially, we were talking about Tyleek. I try to explain it to him, and, it's funny the things he used to say when he first got here about how crazy some of the fans are, which is, he loves it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying crazy in a bad way, but
it's just always there.
It's always there, and, you can't go anywhere without it there. And, it's just something you got to grow to love if you don't already. And, it's funny, some of the guys that, like, oh, well, I'm from Texas. I understand. Like, I'm from, Oklahoma. I know how the Sooner fans are. But, once you come to Columbus, it's completely different.
Now, DeVier, being a Cincinnati kid, you understood, I think, the fervor with Ohio State. Was there a moment that when you made your trek up 71, you got here like, whoa, I didn't think it was like this? Or did you have an idea? Or did you know, I guess I should say?
Well, I think my moment came for me after I left Ohio State. Now, obviously, yes, you experienced the craziness with the fans. You got Cincinnati, they got the Bengals, Reds. You got Cleveland, they got the Browns.
Ohio State's the professional football team,
exactly,
of the state of Ohio.
Of the state of Ohio, and you get that. And so I'm in Canada playing for the CFL, playing with the Argos. I'm at a bar post game. Some Maple Leafs players used to come hang out. It was like the Mitch Marner days and all of those guys. And so they would come to our games, and then we would hang out after. It's a veteran Leafs player. I can't remember his name. He's telling me stories like, I went to Ohio State. He's like, oh, man, I played with the Blue Jackets for a little bit. I'm like, word? Like, that's crazy. And so he tells me the story. He's out at a bar in the Arena District. He's with a young lady. He's buying her drinks for over 3 hours. Over 3 hours. An Ohio State walk-on comes in. He's wheeling and dealing, takes his girl in under 10 minutes. That's how powerful Ohio State football is. She turns down a professional hockey player for an Ohio State walk-on. And that's when I realized, wow, this is a different place. Yeah.
And, at that time, he was an amateur. Obviously, we, had a good laugh at that. We've had a laugh at that for 20 years, the idea of being amateur athletes. Because if you're an Ohio State football player, you are a professional.
Absolutely. You learn how, even if it's, you learn how to carry yourself like a professional earlier than a lot of guys. Like, you learn how to move in a restaurant, walk on campus, interact with fans, even be nice to people post-loss. Like, most guys.
That's huge.
Like, you have to do it as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old guy. Like, you learn how to be like, man, I'm sorry, guys. We'll be better. Sorry for losing that Penn State at home. Like, I'll still take a picture with you. You learn that stuff at an early age.
And I couldn't imagine being 18 or 19, just knowing or just thinking I understand. And again, this is just from I'm a fan, that the feeling that you have after a loss like that, and the last thing you want to do is interact with people.
Yep.
But you have to, especially if you're a player that you dropped a pass in the end zone, or you missed on a sack,
That's
or
been me before.
You missed on a tackle, or you fumbled, you had a costly turnover in a bad situation. Learning how to deal with all of that is part of the professional process, and it does start at Ohio State. I wanted to get to some Will Howard sound. He was at the Manning Passing Academy earlier this week. Arch Manning, I don't know if he was there. Archie Manning was there. Archie Manning, not dead. But we'll have Will Howard in the second hour of the program next. It's Bishop and Friends on the Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We go to war for you.
At Schroeder Trial Attorneys, we don't back down.
Truck accident?
Call us today at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Remember, results matter because we go to war for you.
warforyou.com.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Swimming is a great way to exercise and spend time with family and friends. Always swim with a buddy, keep an eye on children, and be prepared in an emergency if there is no lifeguard on duty. The next time you go to the pool, be water smart and know where the safety equipment is located. Complete the Ohio Department of Health Safety Equipment Scavenger Hunt and learn more about pool safety at odh.ohio.gov/swim. Have a safe swim.
As a local family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing takes great pride in providing great customer experience and quality product to every job they do. From the first phone call to the end of your project, they'll know who you are. Don't just get a roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Ryan Baker. To no one's surprise, LeBron James is returning to the Los Angeles Lakers. He's agreed to a new 2-year, $104 million contract. The deal includes a player option for 25-26 and a no-trade clause. The Columbus Blue Jackets have signed veteran defenseman Jack Johnson to a league minimum 1-year, $775,000 contract. Johnson spent 7 seasons with the CBJ from 2011 to 2018. He'll be the only player on the roster to have his name on the Stanley Cup. He won that with Colorado in 2022. The Reds got a 5-4 win over the Yankees last night. Ellie De La Cruz led the way with a triple and a home run. The Guardians got a walk-off 7-6 win over the White Sox. And the Columbus Crew hosts Nashville SC tonight at lower.com. Early 6:30 start time due to Red, White, and Boom.
Bo knows many people. He talks to the interesting ones on this show. This is Bishop and Friends.
Yes, it is. Eric Rieser, DeVier, Posey, Ryan Baker, rolling along until noon. 9 to noon, the hours for this program. I get that? All right. I'll try to do better
It was
this,
a lovely job.
this hour, next hour.
I just wanted to make sure there was something I didn't miss. I didn't miss an email or...
You might have, but no. Time's still the same, Bishop and Friends daily. 9 to noon. I've been doing this long enough, DeVier. You'd think I'd have gotten it by now.
It's okay.
Not the case.
Hey, our schedule is wonky sometimes, so.
Well, even wonkier so. You've got the 4th of July tomorrow. The bottom of this hour, 10:33, Jake Trotter's going to jump on. He covers college football at large for ESPN. Pretty exciting week for the SEC and for the Big Ten. I'm curious as to why the Big Ten didn't really make a big deal of 4 teams joining the conference, but Oklahoma made the biggest deal possible of joining the SEC. So I'll get his thoughts on that. But I wanted to get to some of this Will Howard stuff because he was earlier this week at the Manning Passing Academy, which a lot of the big-name college quarterbacks go to, guys that are looking to take their talents to the NFL here in a year or two. And, you know, with the Manning Passing Academy, that kind of pedigree that surrounds it, it's like anybody who's anybody would want to go to that.
Yeah.
And
no, it's a big deal. And even for a wide receiver standpoint, like college wide receivers get invited to come and be a part of, you know, obviously the other end of the passing. And so when you go to these passing academy, it's a breakdown of, it's like film study. Obviously it's technique. It's reading on defenses. It's on-field coaching. And one thing you don't do is snub football's first family. You don't do the Johnny Manziel.
C.J. Stroud was rumored to have done a couple of years ago. That's why his draft stock plummeted, because then, you know, he became Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah. Don't snub football's first family.
Well, the thing about football's first family, all still around, Archie Manning, there was a headline from the Clarion Ledger believes a paper that operates in Mississippi had the headline, Arch Manning, Ole Miss football legend, dad of Eli Peyton, grandfather of Arch, is 75. And everybody took that to mean he's passing away, or he had passed away. But no, in fact, Archie Manning's still with us. Will Howard was with them earlier in the week. And again, this is, I believe, courtesy of KFOL in Louisiana. Will Howard talking about the ultimate goal for the Buckeyes, his new team, in 2024.
For us, it's natty or bust. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, we have all the talent. We have all of the all of the intangibles, I guess. But now we just got to go do it. I'm tired of hearing how talented we are and how good our team is. It's about the work ethic and about how we go to work every single day. And I think we're doing the things that we need to put ourselves in that position to be there at the end of the year. And now we just got to go do it.
When you guys go into an off season, when you're kind of staring at the barrel of camp coming here in a couple weeks, as this team is, with the expectations on top of you, how does it feel like you're jumping into a time warp to kick off in game 1 and week 1, or is it really a struggle to do what you can to make every day count?
No, it's a very exciting feeling. I mean, obviously, you want to tighten up a few things that you need to get better at from last season, glaring issues, any nicks injury-wise. You want to go into camp healthy. You want to go into camp confident. But, yeah, no, it's a great time of year. The thing that I do like about that interview is we're tired of hearing how great we are, because you can't explain that mindset enough. Like, take a compliment as disrespect, guys, because you've been told this since you guys got here. This whole class, even Will, you walked into a great situation. But you guys know, like we all know, what it means to have that national championship, what it means to beat Michigan, what it means to be a Big Ten champion, because we haven't done it yet. And so this group doesn't want to hear about they're supposed to do it. They just want to cash in and do it, and they want to work every single day. And I think having that experience, is one of the most important things, is that these guys aren't believing their press clippings, and that's a great thing.
Man, I wonder just how much of it is on a lot of the guys that came back. And I know if you do any podcasting of any of the shows here, if you watch us on YouTube, again, Morning Juice had Jack Sawyer on it, and he did talk about that, just how a lot of the guys coming back, stand not only to gain personally, gain as a team, but then mentor the younger guys behind them in how to work, how to be, how to carry themselves as Ohio State Buckeyes to set up for what looks to be a very healthy future for this program.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that when you talk about, an Ohio State teams of past, and you talk about the talent that's been accumulated in the wide receiver room to bring up one, here's Will on just what they've got. And then the one thing that I think's been said a lot is, what are they going to do to replace Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Obviously Marv is a big loss, but I really don't think we're going to lose a step there. And, it has nothing to do with how good Marvin is, or, I think, Jeremiah Smith is the real deal, man. That kid is special. And, Emeka, he's the leader of that room. He's the alpha. And he's a special leader, man. He knows how to get those guys going. He knows how to get to them. Carnell Tate is special, and the other thing is that we're so deep at those positions. I mean, Zone 6 this year, like 2-3 deep, could probably start at most places around the country, and it's cool because those guys want to come to Ohio State and they want to compete, and they'd rather sit behind Carnell or sit behind Emeka and wait and be ready when they're a guy like Brandon Ennis, who could have gone anywhere in the country, who could probably start anywhere in the country. He's going to be our 2. He's a 5-star recruit. It's like the wealth of riches that we have is pretty crazy, and for me, it makes my job easy.
For that room, how would you manage their expectations going into, for some of them, their first fall camp?
I think the thing about this room, in the wide receiver room, and me and Bake, we did a show where we broke down every single guy, and I kind of went in on what each guy was. Like Brandon Ennis is, he has a title. Carnell Tate has a title to me, and I think with this room, you have one guy who has the stats. You have one guy who's chasing history, and that's Emeka Egbuka. Everybody else has a question mark on their head. Now, they can do good, and they can have a great year. They're talented enough, but performance and potential are two different things.
It's true.
And I'm not doubting that they won't perform. It's just we have to see it. And so I think this is a year where Carnell Tate makes a big name for himself. Although Jeremiah Smith is going to be a great guy, a great player, I think we won't get caught off guard with him like people got caught off guard with Marvin, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah.
They will be prepared for him. And I think as a freshman sometimes, just for someone to game plan for you, it might be a little rocky. But if he can do that and shut me up, then I'll know how great he is. But I think it will be a little rocky for him just out of the gate because people will be, basically prepared for him as if they were Julio Jones and A.J. Green. But this room has potential to be great. It's just a matter of how great will Howard to be.
I think with some of the teams you see in the Big Ten, the Iowas, the Oregons, that are going to look at Ohio State's two deeps, and you're going to have DBs there that are going to be experienced, that are going to be talented, and they're going to look at those guys and say, "I'm just as good. I have just enough to cover that guy. I can not only cover that guy, but I can shut him down." Mm-hmm. And so I think to a Jeremiah Smith, or even to a Brandon Inniss or a Carnell Tate, guys with either no game experience or limited game experience. How do you handle it in those situations? Because, and I'm, not around this program, but can those guys handle jawing back and forth? Like there's so much of it you can't replicate in camp. You just have to do what you can preparation wise and then hope that it shows out on the field. But, again, there's the potential, like you said, that's different.
Yeah. And then there will be situations early in the year where the drives won't be meaningful. Mm-hmm. They won't. Like that Notre Dame.
You'll have weeks where your numbers are down.
Well, that Notre Dame drive where Emeka made two huge catches. Emeka has that experience. Emeka knows how to go down the field, less than a minute, pick up 2 first downs, and punch that baby in for a 6, right? Carnell Tate, Ennis, Jeremiah Smith. It's a different feeling on gotta have it plays, Eric, versus this is just a third down. I want to see those guys get a few of those experiences under their belt. I don't want it to be the first one in the Michigan game.
Right. How do you balance that gotta have it play with a guy who's never been put in that position before in the Scarlet and Gray at a game at Oregon? Because you're going to Aguka for those gotta have it plays because he's the guy that when you gotta have it, he's brought it for you.
Yes.
Not to say that the other guys with talent won't be able to do it, but it's trust.
It's trust.
I trust that Emeka Egbuka can go and get that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you say to those other guys when it's not your time just yet? And is that the phrase?
Well, I think it's their time to show that they can be trusted. And these are the plays this year where we'll get to know them. And then going into the next year, we're like, oh, remember that drive when, Carnell Tate played well, baby. So it's the time to build that resume.
Your favorite NFL team could be on the hook for how much? We'll tell you next. Bishop and Friends on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Now at White Castle, you can get 12 chicken rings for just $3.99. Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. Choose from classic, Hidden Valley Ranch, or new smoky barbecue. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Diamond Sellers Wedding Weekend is back. Shop buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and special offers on diamond engagement rings. Visit us at Diamond Sellers Wedding Weekend, Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th on Sawmill Road.
Ready for all those summer get-togethers? Fill up your grocery basket at Giant Eagle. Their Deals for Days program features more than 1,000 deals on your favorite items. Barbecue parties or graduations are easier to plan when you buy at Giant Eagle. Learn more at gianteagle.com.
Listen up, gamers. Mountain Dew has always been your go-to for a refreshing citrus kick. Now it's also your go-to for gaming rewards. With Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards, you just look for codes under the caps of specially marked 20-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew. Enter those codes online to bank points, and then redeem them for awesome gaming gear. Everything from gift cards, game copies, controllers, consoles, custom Mountain Dew gaming gear, and more. Join Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards now.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at mountaindewgaming.com and 2525. Voter prohibited.
As a local family-owned and operated company, Newman Roofing takes great pride in providing great customer experience and quality product to every job they do. From the first phone call to the end of your project, they'll know who you are. Don't just get a roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
Sunday's the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tino and DeVier Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
My name is Dr. Ray Tessner. I'm an orthopedic surgeon in Columbus, Ohio. I've been involved with taking care of athletes and aging athletes for over 35 years.
Dr. Ray Tessner knows a thing or two about joint pain. And one thing he's a big believer in right now is regenerative medicine.
The advantage that I see in regenerative medicine that there's really no downside to it.
Today you'll find Dr. Tessner at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting way to deal with joint pain, using natural concentrated healing agents from your own body to go to work on achy joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue.
It's one of the best management tools that has come around in a long time.
Tired of that pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Before you go under the knife, get a second opinion from QC Kinetics. You really can get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
QC Kinetics has become a leader in the regenerative medicine field.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Hey, I'm Ruben. My band and I have a new song we're getting ready to record this weekend. I'm also a tow truck driver. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I get to go home at the end of the day and see my bandmates.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Our video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Warming up fast, but highs this afternoon even higher. We're going to hit 91 with humidity making it feel more like 100 degrees. Showers and storms get started after 2 p.m. in the metro. A couple rounds move through between then and 4 p.m., but the heaviest rain arrives after 4 p.m. and into 5. By 6 o'clock, showers move out and we start to cool things down. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your Doppler 10 forecast on The Fan.
First Friday miracles are always better with Uncle Bo. This is Bishop and Friends.
DeVier, I have a question for you.
What you got?
On Monday, Oklahoma and Texas joined the SEC.
Yep.
UCLA, USC, Washington, and Oregon joined the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. ESPN and the SEC in Oklahoma and Texas made a huge deal of that new union.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear much of anything from the Big Ten on their 4 new additions. Am I making too much of a big deal about that?
No, everything is.
I want the Big Ten to make, and I want the Big Ten and its member schools to make a big deal about what they're doing, as big of a deal as the SEC.
Right.
I mean, you've got the defending national champions. Hell, 2 teams in your conference just played for the national title. Mm-hmm. Like the teams at the top are as healthy as teams in the SEC.
Absolutely.
So why aren't you out there pounding your chest the way the Southeastern? I want for that.
Yeah. I think the Big Ten, we do things in a more strategic way. Obviously, it's down south. They like to do like the picnic action,
make everything's a party.
Everything's a party, having the fireworks, all those things. But I envision, do you know the Big Ten commercial where they shoot it from the East Coast all the way, and then they have everybody's icon pop up on a map. I'm excited to see the upgraded version of that
where it goes
commercial.
all over the country.
Where it goes from
True
the
national
ocean
conference
to ocean. Everything above the Mason-Dixon line. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see that growth. And I do believe the Big Ten has something special up their sleeves.
So,
and so now we get the New York market, and we get the LA market, we get the Pac North market, we get the Chicago market, we get the Midwest market. It's the best conference. Come on, guys.
And so I'll pose that question to Jake Trotter, our guest, coming up here in about 10 minutes. But the Big Ten's looking to have media days July 23rd, 24th, and 25th. But when you say it's Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, I look to you and I go, that's not sexy. Do it in Los Angeles. Do it in Seattle.
Yes.
Do it in Chicago.
Well, the thing about Indy that a lot of people forget, it's a 2 to 3 hour flight from anywhere in the
easy
country.
to get to.
It's
I know.
easy to
I
get
know
to.
how
That's why the
accessible it
combine's
is.
there.
I know Ohio State beat writers love it because they have to just go across 70, and despite construction every day. I understand the logistical side of it, but I want for this to be made just as big of a deal. I look at the SEC and I want for that. I want for the agenda to be set that it's not the SEC. The Big Ten is the best conference. The Big Ten does football the best. The Big Ten has the better games. The Big Ten has the marquee matchups. The Big Ten's the places you want to go watch the game everybody loves.
How about this?
I want for that for them.
So how about instead
Yes, I'm being dramatic. I get it.
No.
Okay.
You just sparked something like, well, instead of media days being in different cities, what if the Big Ten championship was in Seattle, was in LA, was in New York, was in Chicago? Yep. That would be cool.
Because you mentioned a couple markets that are going to be getting new stadiums or that have built new stadiums. It's like, put them there then.
Absolutely.
Because you're already going to get first-round sites at some of the marquee schools in the conference. Like, you'll get a first-round game at either Eugene, Seattle, Ohio Stadium. I don't necessarily want to say that Ohio Stadium's doing a first-round game because that might mean something's gone wrong.
Yeah,
the Buckeyes don't get that first-round bye.
Don't say that.
But at the Big House, but at some of these marquee matchups in sport that have, tremendous media markets. Like that's what you're going to be looking at come December and January.
Oh, man, I could just imagine a Big Ten game in Minnesota Stadium. I can imagine one in Chicago Stadium.
Yep.
It could just bring this part of the country and the Pac and California and the New York East Coast market just together, the Maryland, the DMV. Like, there's so many options that the Big Ten can just take to just step all over the SEC.
Just because ESPN's not giving you any love anymore.
No.
You could argue they weren't in the first place or they haven't been for a long time.
They had ulterior motives.
But now it's doubly so in that they have none of your properties. Now, College Game Day will still be at some of those marquee matchups, like Ohio State, Oregon. There's a chance. The game, likely the matchup. The game is likely the place for College Game Day between now and the next, 5 years, I'll say, because I'm not sure how the Sharon Moore experience is going to go. But just in terms of on that final Saturday in November or on that Thanksgiving Saturday in November, the Eyes of Sport go on either Ann Arbor or Columbus.
Are you you like the McAfee vibes? Do you like the Matt Leinart, Brady Quinn vibes?
I prefer Big Noon Kick as a college football show.
Isn't bad, right?
I think it's a good college football show. I think College Game Day, I grew up on it. You and I are of similar age to where obviously when you were playing Saturdays, you weren't.
I watched
you were watching College Game Day before a game.
College Game Day, yes.
And so that's part of your childhood. That's part of your formative years. It's more of a circus to me now.
Yeah.
So where I get McAfee's, I get the gimmick, I get all of it, I get the appeal that he has. It isn't for me.
Yeah.
So that's where I tune. And I know they're trying to make Mark Ingram the Pat McAfee. Not for me. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum out there.
Yeah.
But just give me my college football, please. And because you have so many other choices, like I'll, watch the Big Ten tailgate just because I just want the college football. So now you have you have more options, but I'm not going to sit here and say like College Game Day sucks because I grew up on that.
Yeah. I always look forward to the storytelling of the team or
Those are
the
always
player
wonderful.
highlights, like the little small videos. Those things always get me excited for the game and who's playing in the game, what stories we're highlighting, what position groups. And I think sometimes when you get away with that, you get away from that with all of the banter and all the opinionated stuff, it can kind of drag. But unfortunately for me and you, College Game Day they did win an Emmy this past year as the best pregame show.
That I don't doubt. I mean, they're Coke.
Yes.
Do people prefer Pepsi? Sure, but it doesn't matter. Coke's the brand known. And College Game Day, in terms of college shows, that's the brand that everybody knows. I did real quick, before we get to Jake, want to get to some of questions that we've been receiving on Twitter. And you guys still have time, a little less than 40 minutes to get your hashtag Hey Guys questions in at 971BFS or on the YouTube chat. But we had been talking about Dan Hurley and his turning down the Los Angeles Lakers and them drafting Bronny at 55. And now with the news this morning that LeBron is going to be returning to the Lakers, it's a 2-year, $104 million extension. He's got that player option in the second year. And I, had been lamenting just the really awful summer Los Angeles had up until the point this week with the LeBron news, because, that raises a little bit the hopes and dreams of Laker Nation. But this from D.C., Number one, Hurley and his wife never wanted to leave the East Coast. It was a half-hearted interview, which I don't disagree with.
Yeah.
I think despite what Hurley said, there might have been a leverage play there.
I think it was a leverage play just on you.
It would have behooved him to pull a little bit of leverage. And he said he got raises for his assistants.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously said that it was a lazy take, thinking that he was going to get even more from UConn. But I think when a franchise like Los Angeles comes calling, you take that call. You take that meeting.
Absolutely. But a university like UConn and a alumni base and how much money is really in a small school like UConn, you would be amazed. I mean, a lot of their alumni end up on Wall Street. A lot of them end up in New York City.
So it galvanizes their NIL to an even greater degree than he had at the last 2 years when he won the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of leverage you pull there, right? Because you're telling your guys, hey, I still need more from you, because this, college basketball is given $2 million to players, and that number is just going to increase.
Absolutely. I'll be honest. I thought he was taking the job, Eric. I was gone. And
I was never quite there, because it just came out like Woj had the story at 6:30 in the morning.
Well, it came out.
That was one of the red flags for me.
And here's why I thought he would take it, is because of Bill Murray Jr. and that European offense that he just convinced Hurley to do. And then what people don't realize is it's sort of like an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, game manager type of mindset at UConn, where Hurley is big on pace and defense. And Murray is big on getting him into sets and just as a pure offensive coordinator. But their offense, they said that they would, as a staff, watch as many European games as possible. And what the mindset was is, if we can implement a European offense with American athleticism, it could be unstoppable. And I think they've done that, and they showed that it can be successful over the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And so breaking up that union, I was sad about with Bill Murray Jr. and Bob Hurley. But I'm sorry, Dan Hurley, not his brother.
Man, one of the screaming Hurleys. Faces red most of the time.
Bob used to be the most famous Hurley brother.
Right. He's like the Harbaugh family. But now they get to come back again. And I don't know if you know, Reese, but I do like UConn basketball. My cousin played there with Ray Allen and Kevin Ollie. Those were his roommates. So I've grown up like I'm a undercover Husky. If that makes
now
sense.
It's out.
Yeah.
Now you've added yourself as a UConn basketball
people
fan.
Listen, they know that.
Breaking news?
I don't know.
No, that's not breaking news. No, my favorite all-time player is Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Okay.
So it's like I've always liked them. And so the thing about it is I'm happy that he's staying, because they have another
college basketball is better for it. I think basketball is better for it. I don't necessarily know if you want the Lakers job. DC had a couple other comments that I wanted to get to, but we have to pivot because, again, you go from hoops to college football. Jake Trotter from ESPN is going to join us next. It's Bishop and Friends on the Fan.
If you don't like listening to Morning Juice, Bobby Carpenter's man nipples will punch you in the face.
For real.
You want to fight, do you?
Weekdays from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
We go to war for you.
Truth is, when you get injured, the deck is stacked against you. I'm attorney Robert Scherger, and we feast on the fight. If you don't have an attorney in your corner, you don't have a chance in hell. Protect your rights.
WarForYou.com.
Swimming is a great way to exercise and spend time with family and friends. Always swim with a buddy, keep an eye on children, and be prepared in an emergency if there is no lifeguard on duty. The next time you go to the pool, be water smart and know where the safety equipment is located. Complete the Ohio Department of Health Safety Equipment Scavenger Hunt and learn more about pool safety at odh.ohio.gov/swim. Have a safe swim.
The best of rivals, the best of two leagues meet again this summer. MLS versus Liga MX face off in the 2024 MLS All-Star, starting Sunday, July 21st. After a weekend of soccer celebrations, MLS All-Star Skills Challenge presented by AT&T will come to Lower.com Field on Tuesday, July 23rd, featuring MLS All-Stars versus Liga MX All-Stars as they show off the best of their skills. The two teams will match up once more at the 2024 MLS All-Star Game, presented by Target on Wednesday, July 24th. For more information on tickets and events, visit MLSsoccer.com/All-Star.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a new golfer, think beyond the green and head over to X Golf Columbus and X Golf Powell. Come experience the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world at X Golf. A fun venue with great food, excellent service, and a full bar. You can play around on one of our 50 courses, take a lesson from our PGA pro, hit the driving range, join a league, or just sit back and sip a beer on the outdoor patio. Book your tee time today at playxgolf.com. X Golf Columbus and X Golf Powell, the home of indoor golf.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Common Man and T-Bone.
They often will bring people around and be like, look at these losers. See how they couldn't be on TV? They're gross.
Right.
They'll just point right at us. They're not wrong. No, they're not.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let's talk about your sleep, specifically if you're not getting enough of it. If you're feeling groggy all day because you didn't sleep well, that is an awful feeling. I've been there. And if you're snoring when you sleep, well, that could be a big reason why you aren't feeling rested. This fact surprised even me the first time I heard it, and that is as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles. That's right. You need to find out if your snoring is related to sleep apnea, because if it is, there's actually help available for you right now. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. I have been telling you about this for years. And maybe you've been snoring for years. Now's the time to get this fixed. Plus, most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket costs for this treatment. So you need to stop putting it off. Don't ignore your snore. Get your sleep apnea treated by calling Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
In a world without Mountain Dew, life would be pretty dull. So grab yourself a Mountain Dew and get that incomparable blast of neon citrus flavor. Hey, if you're not having an outrageously good time, you're not drinking Dew. Do the Dew.
Hey, Ohio! Make memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio State Fair, July 24th through August 4th. Experience the food, entertainment, animals, shopping, rides, and more. July 24th through August 4th. Tickets on sale at ohiostatefair.com.
Bishop and Friends is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medications. The solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Let me introduce you to a man with a magnificent salt and pepper beard. A man who's currently roasting lamb on a spit. A man who runs the Rocky River Greek Festival. That man is Jake Trotter.
And he joins us courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Jake, it's Eric Rieser, it's DeVier Posey, it's Ryan Baker on with you this morning. Thank you so much for your time. Monday was a pretty big deal. At least that's what the folks in Norman made Oklahoma's joining the SEC, I should say. Were you part of any of that? I saw like the fireworks. I saw SEC had their days there. Did you get a chance to catch any of that coverage? And why is everyone taking shots at Lincoln Riley?
Yeah, so I wasn't in Oklahoma. I'm still in Cleveland. We're actually going to Oklahoma City this weekend to see some family. I'm going to drop by Norman and talk to Joe Castiglione and Brent Venables while I'm in town next week. So we'll catch a little bit of the after effect of that celebration. It was like the 4th of July come early. I mean, they had fireworks, parties, the SEC Network was there, wall-to-wall coverage. It was a big deal, and obviously they did the same thing in Austin the day before with Texas. Now, Lincoln Riley is persona non grata in the state of Oklahoma for leaving. And it is true what Joe Castiglione alluded to, in that Lincoln did not want any part of the SEC. And I think part of the reason that he went to USC was to get out of that situation. Of course, he didn't realize that the Trojans were going to join the Big Ten a year later, and that he was going to be in a similar situation. But there's no love lost there between Oklahoma and Lincoln Riley, and you saw a little bit of that come out.
Jake, DeVier, Posey here. Man, I wanted to ask you, which dynamic in college football for the 2024 season are you looking most forward to? For me, from my position, I think this marks the most important college football season. When you talk about NIL, you talk about expanded playoffs, you talk about expanded conferences, new TV deals, streaming. There's so much to talk about, so much to take in. From your perspective, what are you most excited about?
I'm looking forward to the 12-team playoff. I think it's going to be really cool for college football. If you're a fan of Ohio State, you're not going to really notice it as much. If you're a fan of the teams that have been perennial contenders for the playoff, you're probably not going to notice it as much. Notre Dame, Michigan, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma. But I think if you're a fan of Purdue, I think if you're a fan of Wisconsin, you're a fan of Kansas State, all of a sudden you have a path to the playoff that just didn't exist before. Like, we knew, at the start of November, late October, who the 6 or 7 teams that could make the playoff. And now, we're going to have all these games in the month of November that are going to have significant relevance in a way that they just didn't before. Iowa State, Kansas State could be a huge game all of a sudden. Wisconsin, Penn State could be a massive game all of a sudden. Games like that, I think they mattered to the fan bases, but they just didn't hold the same national relevance that they're going to going forward. And, if you're Florida State, you go undefeated, you have a path to the playoff. Like, if you're Florida State last year, there's nothing you could have done to get to the playoff, save, keeping your quarterback healthy. And so I think it's going to help. College football has gotten really regional in recent years with the playoff. And I think this is going to help de-regionalize it, and I think it's going to give more teams a chance, and I think that's going to be more fun for the fans watching these games in November, knowing that, hey, we have a chance too to make the playoff. We have a chance to get a bye if we win the ACC or the Big 12, and I think that's going to make college football a lot more fun, because it's going to be a lot more inclusive than it has been since the advent of the playoff.
Jake Trotter, our guest, he covers college football at large for ESPN, and he joins us courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Jake, do you have EA College Football 25 already ready to download in the queue?
So I haven't played video games at any kind of serious level in probably 25 years. I think when I was in college was the last time I played NCAA, and then obviously couldn't play it because it was gone for so long. But, my oldest son is 6, and his friends were starting to play Madden, and he was getting left out. Like, he didn't know, how to play. So, I was like, okay, I'm going to help you out, buddy. I had this old Xbox. I got it out of storage. A friend had given me, and I'd never even really used it. We downloaded Madden. We've been playing that, and now he's been asking me about NCAA. So I may have to brush off the skills and get that going, because the trailers have looked incredible. Back in the day, what I used to do, I used to get Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So this is this is 99. They were still running the option. I'd get Eric Crouch. I would hand off to the fullback. I'd run the pitch, and I would run the play clock down to 2 seconds. Everybody else would throw the ball 100 times a game, and I took the opposite approach, which was considerably annoying to anyone I would play, and virtually unstoppable, because everybody would lose patience playing for me, and that's when the Nebraska defense, the black shirts, would take over and pick off passes. So I don't know who runs the option. I might have to get the Air Force Academy. I don't know. I don't have a lot of options at this point, pardon the pun, but I might have to brush off my skills. But listen, I'm horrific at video games now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Yeah, Jake, I asked because Bo's talked, for the past couple of weeks now about he's ready to go. Once July 19th hits, I think he has Madden and the new EA college football game ready to just download to I think he's got an Xbox. And I just kind of wondered and wanted to ask you just how this, because for casual college football fans or for guys that haven't played video games in a decade, start to dust off the sticks because of the excitement for this game, how this really starts to change how we consume college football. Because you have this.
Yeah,
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, I think with kids, like, who play video games, so, like, just this is my anecdotal experience, my sons like the teams that they play with on Madden. So they like, you know, they like play with the Dolphins, you know, because their receivers are so fast. And so I wonder if, like, we're getting a little bit of that with the college football game, especially now in the reincarnation. It's going to have names attached. So you're going to be able to play with Will Howard. You're going to be able to play with different guys, you know, Jeremiah Smith, you know, different players across the game. And I think that it's going to personalize college football for young kids. And I think that'll be fun. It's going to make it cool. And it's only going to make the real game better, because I think more people are going to be engaged with college football, especially younger people who I think are going to be quite taken in by this game.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Jake. I wanted to ask you, man. We were talking about the 12-team playoffs, and I thought by all means this time last year we would hear rumblings about Penix and these wide receivers that he had at Washington and the Huskies, and DeVier has a good group, and they ran their way all the way to the national championship. Who do you think has that potential in a 12-team structure to be this year's version of Washington?
You know, I'm interested in what Oregon is going to be able to do. You know, they've got a new quarterback replacing Bo Nix and Dylan Gabriel, who is well-traveled, you know, came from Central Florida, went to Oklahoma, had a pretty good career there. You know, they moved on to Jackson Arnold, their, you know, 5-star recruit who played a little bit last year. And now Gabriel goes to Oregon. And, you know, I think in terms of returning quarterbacks in the old Big Ten, Drew Aller's probably the most accomplished, but you have these transfers like Howard and like Dylan Gabriel that I think have a chance to really take the conference by storm. And Oregon, we know they're going to be well coached. We know they're going to have speed. It's always tough, I think, when you make a realignment, a transition that first year. Like, we just have not seen teams fare very well. I think Johnny Manziel and A&M is like the only example I can think of where a team realigned, went into a new conference, and actually exceeded what they had done before. And obviously A&M has reverted back to basically what they were in terms of success on the field in the Big 12. But, you know, it's going to be tough. Oregon has a much more difficult schedule than anything they've had to deal with in the past. But if you're looking for like a team like Washington, I think the Ducks would be one to watch in that Ohio State game. I can't remember what week it is off the top of my head, but that could be a really interesting game. And that's a team that's going to be able to, I think, score a lot of points and maybe make some noise out west.
Oh boy, if you talk about, you know, the Ohio State-Oregon game that we didn't get a couple of years ago out in Eugene, now that's going to be something. I think it's week 6, if I'm not mistaken, but October 12th, the date for that between the Buckeyes and the Ducks. Jake Trotter, our guest, again, covers college football for ESPN. Jake, thanks so much for your time. Safe travels out to Oklahoma and enjoy the 4th of July weekend, bud. We will talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Happy 4th.
There he goes, courtesy the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. DeVier, I'm an idiot. The 4 schools joining the Big Ten will join on August 2nd.
Oh, yeah. No.
So why aren't they making a big deal on it on July 1? Well, that's because they're not technically in the conference yet.
They're planning it, Eric.
I don't know why. I don't know how I could have missed something kind of that important. But for Big Ten Media Days, all 4 schools are going to be represented at the end of July at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. So
even
maybe
before they're in the conference.
I will give them the grace there. Maybe they'll make a big deal of it when it comes. We will do Thing or Not a Thing next. It's Bishop and Friends on The Fan.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and Common Man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Give your bathroom a fresh look with help from Menards. Elger offers high-quality plumbing fixtures that you can count on. From spa-quality bathtubs to toilets and more, American Standard has it all. Like the Diplomat Round Toilet, featuring an ever-clean antimicrobial finish that prevents mold, mildew, and stains. Find American Standard toilets at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home and improvement retailers according to J.D. Power. For more information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
Is arthritic joint pain keeping you from doing the things that you love? Bone-on-bone pain in your knee, arthritic pain like I was having in my knee, maybe your hip, your back, your shoulder. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that you can get lasting relief from. QC Kinetics is helping patients like you every day here in Columbus, led by Dr. Ray Tesner. I'm talking about cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Listen, my dad was having knee pain. I was having knee pain. So we went over to QC Kinetics, and they were able to help us out. And 2 years out, I'm still feeling good. My dad can still move around. So learn how QC Kinetics can treat pain and enhance your joints and restore your mobility and give you long-term lasting relief with no downtime. So check them out. Go to 380-208-4544 or head to one of their offices in Dublin, Gehanna, or now the new one that's most recently opened in Grove City.
Attention, boating enthusiasts. Bennington Factory demonstration models are at Buckeye Lake Marina. These exclusive demo units are loaded with the features built to dazzle at shows and exhibits. And guess what? They're all brand new with a full warranty. Some have never even touched the water. Hold on to your mooring ropes because we're offering dock-shaking discounts up to $40,000 only at Buckeye Lake Marina. These deals are hotter than the summer sun and won't last long. Visit Buckeye Lake Marina and make your dream boat a reality today. BuckeyeLakeMarina.com, where your adventure begins.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
Welcome to the Plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the Plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the Plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
America's favorite car show returns to Columbus with a jam-packed weekend of cool cars, cool people, and good times. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing National, and it's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Cruise on out with your family and friends and check out over 6,000 of the country's coolest classics on display. And don't miss Good Guys CPP Autocross Racing action, Nitro Thunderfest, a huge swap meet and vendor midway, live music, family fun, and so much more. It's Ohio's biggest hot rod and party of the summer, and it's all going down July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center. Get details at good-guys.com.
Listen up, gamers. Mountain Dew has always been your go-to for a refreshing citrus kick. Now it's also your go-to for gaming rewards. With Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards, you just look for codes under the caps of specially marked 20-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew. Enter those codes online to bank points, and then redeem them for awesome gaming gear. Everything from gift cards, game copies, controllers, consoles, custom Mountain Dew gaming gear, and more. Join Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards now.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at mountaindewgaming.com and 1525. Voter prohibited.
Want to know anything about the fans' contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
After putting up with Dom Tiberi for a decade, the broadcast gods gave Bo these two. This is Bishop and Friends.
And you've got these three, Eric Rieser, DeVier Posey, Ryan Baker, on with you until noon today. Again, we'll have the brand new television play-by-play voice of the Blue Jackets, Steve Mears, on at 11:33. Coming up at 11, we'll answer your Hey Guys questions, so there's still time to get those to us. Again, on the YouTube chat, there's a couple coming through we'll read, and then at 971BFS on Twitter. But right now, I'm going to try to hit the right button, DeVier.
Thing or not a thing?
Sponsored by Apex Plumbing Pros.
Guys, the revolution that we all wanted this 4th of July, it's going to be televised. Yesterday, Joey Chestnut announced that his Fort Bliss hot dog challenge will be live on YouTube. He's going to be...
everybody's getting on the YouTube bandwagon,
everybody.
Go.
Joey Chestnut heard that we here at The Fan were on YouTube, so he was like, we can do it as well. He is going to be eating hot dogs against 4 of Fort Bliss's finest soldiers tomorrow for the 4th of July. Thing or not a thing?
It's a thing. It's a cool thing. They're going to live stream at, 5 o'clock Eastern time. So I do think you're going to catch folks either before they go to the fireworks or when they're coming back from maybe a parade, a day of reveling in Independence Day. So it's a thing. Will it hit like 1 million views on YouTube? I don't know, maybe, but still more people will watch the famous Nathan's hot dog eating contest because it'll be on the Worldwide Leader at noon than this. But it's still really cool that he's chosen to kind of turn a frown upside down.
It's a thing to me because Joey got banned.
I'll watch.
Yeah, he got banned, and this is his, hey, you guys can't get rid of the ball. Like, you can't get rid of the hot dog champ. Absolutely. I'm all for it. I want to know who this competition is, though, Bake. Like it's just 4 random people from Fort Blitz.
Yeah, 4 soldiers.
4 soldiers. 4 of Fort Bliss's finest eaters.
Nice.
I wonder if they've been training for this.
Yeah, what do you do like today?
Just consume hot dogs.
It's tomorrow, right? Do you not eat hot dogs? Are you eating salads? Are you making yourself hungry? Or do you warm the belly up?
I am fasting. If
You're
I know
fasting?
tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern, I'm choosing a time on the day before, and I'm not eating until then.
Okay.
I don't think that usually works,
I was about to
Reese,
say,
because
I
your
think
stomach is not used
You
to
gotta warm
it.
the stomach up.
You got to stretch
I'm not
that
a professional.
belly out.
I'm hardly a professional here. I don't know.
The thing about Thanksgiving, if you gotta snack a little bit, or you can only have 1 plate. Like if you snack a little bit all day, then you can have 2 plates.
I just wouldn't know if I'd want anything in my stomach before the hot dogs and the wet buns. Yeah.
I'm guessing you won't have anything in your stomach about an hour afterwards.
It'll go in, come out the same way.
Yeah.
Guys, Shohei Ohtani will not participate in the Home Run Derby on July 15th, despite being second in the majors with 27 home runs for the Dodgers. Ohtani has only taken part in 1 derby ever. That was in 2021 at Coors Field, and he had a first-round exit. This from Dodgers manager Dave Roberts. He signed up here to help us win a championship, and nothing should get in the way of that. In any other normal situation where he wasn't rehabbing, I think he would love to participate. I know that it's weighed heavy on him, but I do think that his rehab process is something that ultimately makes him feel better about bowing out. Thing or not a thing?
Yeah, I think this is the thing. You've got the one of the attractions in Major League Baseball, and you have probably I think most casually watched event, the Home Run Derby before the All-Star game. And I think in a year where he wasn't coming off of, major surgery like he got, you would absolutely want him in this. But to, Skipper Roberts' point, yeah, he's got the second half of the season left to play. Like, he needs to not put himself in any more situations that could potentially, re-aggravate the elbow.
It's a thing for me. I would love for him to fight through the pain for the sake of baseball superstar power. Like, we used to get the Pedro Martinez, Randy Mears, Ivan Rodriguez, Ken Griffey. Like, we used to get the star power in these events, and it meant something to see your favorite player out there in an all-star game. And I just wish he was healthy so that he could play in this. It's the thing. We need star power in baseball.
Yeah, I understand that he's rehabbing, but it hasn't kept him from hitting all year. He's got 27 home runs
to win the majors
on
now.
the season. Like, if you're Major League Baseball in the Home Run Derby, you want the final this year to be Aaron Judge versus Shohei Ohtani. You want Gunnar Henderson in this thing. You want Ellie De La Cruz, who's already said he will not participate. You got to have your stars in this stuff, I feel. And if you don't, it just loses a lot of its luster.
So it's July 15th. It'll be at Globe Life Field where the Rangers play. Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles. He's got 26 dingers this season. He said that he will be participating in this. So you have one of baseball's home run leaders. But you guys are both absolutely right. This needs to be I'm going to take the 5 best hitters right now. They're playing.
Yeah, you got to get Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper.
Yes.
How fun would Ellie De La Cruz have been in this if he would have participated?
Man, that's how you get the eyes back, baseball.
John Gruden lost a bid for the Nevada Supreme Court to reconsider whether a contract interference and conspiracy lawsuit that he had filed against the NFL after he resigned as coach of the Raiders should be heard in court or in a private arbitration. Gruden's lawyers had sought this rehearing after a 3-judge panel split in May 14th on a decision that said the league can force the civil case out of state court and into arbitration that would be overseen possibly by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. Gruden's lawsuit that was filed back in November of 2021 alleges that the league forced him to resign from the Raiders by leaking racist, sexist, homophobic emails that he sent many years earlier when he was at ESPN. Goodell is actually named as a defendant in this case. Thing or not a thing?
This is a thing. You don't rarely, if ever, see the NFL lose in court, and this is one of those situations where they've done the due diligence the NFL has to make it so that if this goes in front of a higher court, then they just say, well, we can't really rule, and then they turn it back to whom else but former lawyer, current commissioner Roger Goodell.
No, arbitration is right in front of him. The guy who's making the rules.
Right, you would think he's going to rule against himself?
Exactly.
That's what you're asking.
Yeah, and for me, this is not a thing. I kind of think that John Gruden and his brother Jay Gruden have sort of lost their relevancy in the football world. We've kind of moved on. Move over, Gruden brothers, just a Harbaugh's time.
Guys, I think it's interesting in this, and I know this isn't what this case is about, but it says that he sent these emails of these terrible things.
While he was at ESPN.
Anything should be thrown out if you're admitting to it. I just don't understand. And like I said, I know that this lawsuit isn't about that, but never once does he try to deny that he sent those things.
No, because they have the email signature, the email, yeah.
It's black and white.
It's one of those things they absolutely tried. Did they try to railroad him? Yes, and it worked. And it's the NFL.
But for good reason.
Yeah. At Jay Gruden, #1 at gmail.com sent this.
Get it, John Gruden. I'd like for him to go away.
Let's get to this last one real quick.
We got time.
The University of Utah formally named defensive coordinator Morgan Scalley as the successor to longtime football coach Kyle Whittingham. The school announced this on Monday. There is no retirement date that's been set, though, for Whittingham. Scalley is his most recent contract calls for him, though, to be the school's next coach whenever Whittingham decides to step down. The contract includes a starting salary of $5 million per year if he's elevated at the end of the 2024 season. The number increases $100,000 each year after that, topping out at $5.4 million January 16th, 2028. Scalley was a star player at the school and is entering his 17th season on the staff. Thing or not a thing?
It's a trend, right? Where now college coaches are picking their successors. I think there was a report that said that Jim Harbaugh wanted it to be known that Sharon Moore was going to be the guy after him. Urban handed things off to Ryan Day. I don't know if I love it. If I was a Utah fan, and I know he's been there almost 20 years with Kyle Whittingham, the most successful coach arguably in the history of the school, but I'd feel it would behoove you to at least don't put this in writing, because you'd want to do a national coaching search in the event Whittingham steps down, just to see who else is out there.
Yeah.
Because at the time, there could be someone who you look over because you've already done this, and then you're left with a guy that's, while great as a coordinator, not quite the guy to take the head coaching position, because there's a difference.
Yeah. I think this is a thing just because what's going on with Whittingham? Has he just came to the end of his tenure? Is he done? Does he believe it's the best way for him to say, hey, I stamped this guy. Let's not lose recruits. Let's not lose NIL deals. Let's not lose that type of momentum. And I just want to know what the future holds for Kyle Whittingham, who potentially I thought he's passed up on a lot of good head coaching opportunities over the past 5 years since Utah has had success. So I want to know what his future holds.
Whenever I hear something like this, I just think of Will Muschamp, and he was supposed to be the next guy at Texas when Mac Brown left, and then he leaves and goes to be the head coach of Florida, and, Muschamp's at Georgia now as the D coordinator, but it never quite worked out for him.
Wasn't he at South Carolina for a hot cup of coffee, too? Yeah, just the coach and waiting thing, I just don't know how, and we'll see. We'll see. We've got some stories that could become success stories here in the next couple of years. There's still time to get your Hey Guys questions into Baker. Again, the best one, our favorite one, gets $50 and a free distillery tour to High Bank. We will do that next. Bishop and Friends on the Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's the symphonic rock experience everyone's talking about. The Columbus Symphony Orchestra performs Windborne's The Music of Led Zeppelin, featuring conductor Brent Havens, a full rock band, and vocalist Randy Jackson. The hits of Led Zeppelin performed as you've never heard them before. Saturday, July 6th, the Columbus Commons. Get tickets now at picnicwiththepops.com. Full details at windbornemusic.com. Presented by Nationwide Picnic with the Pops.
Swimming is a great way to exercise and spend time with family and friends. Always swim with a buddy, keep an eye on children, and be prepared in an emergency if there is no lifeguard on duty. The next time you go to the pool, be water smart and know where the safety equipment is located. Complete the Ohio Department of Health Safety Equipment Scavenger Hunt and learn more about pool safety at odh.ohio.gov/swim. Have a safe swim.
It's a summer savings extravaganza at Kemba Financial Credit Union. You pick how you want your money to grow. Choose a limited time 13-month certificate at up to 5.25% annual percentage yield to lock in your savings with a $500 minimum deposit. Or enjoy access to your funds anytime with a money market at 4.75% APY intro rate until October 31st with a $5,000 minimum balance and a $1 million maximum. Visit Kemba.org for details. Restrictions apply. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ah, the sounds of summer. The crack of a bat, the splash of a pool, and the dreaded silence of a broken AC. No, don't sweat it. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team for an AC tune-up. Schedule a visit today and stay cool all summer long. All set. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
This summer, click into easier yard cleanup with same-day delivery from the Home Depot. Click into clearing overgrown grass or weeds with effortless gas-like power. And click into the convenience of a battery platform compatible with over 250 tools with the Milwaukee M18 fuel trimmer, now for just $199. Click into power with 4th of July savings now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select in stock items by 4 p.m. subject to availability.
People are going to want to see you fall when you get to the top.
3 stars, 1 season, changing history.
Cardoso for 3. Banks it in!
To plan these environments, this is what we work for. We fought so hard all season long.
You could not have scripted a better ending to this magical women's college season.
Kiki Rice, Camila Cardoso, and Caitlin Clark. ESPN Plus Original presents Full Court Press, presented by State Farm. Stream now on ESPN Plus.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Ryan Baker. LeBron James is going to be a Los Angeles Laker still. He's agreed to a new 2-year, $104 million contract. It has a player option for the 2025-26 season and a no-trade clause. Ellie De La Cruz made his first trip to Yankee Stadium last night, and he was brilliant. He goes 2 for 5 with a triple and a homer. The Reds beat the Yankees 5-4. Bo Naylor came in the 9th inning as a pinch hitter, and he hit a walk-off sacrifice fly to give the Guardians a 7-6 win over the Chicago White Sox. The Columbus Blue Jackets have re-signed defenseman Jack Johnson, bringing him home after an absence of 6 years, 1 year league minimum $775,000 contract. Number 1 pick, Caden Lindstrom. He'll be in studio here today at 1 o'clock with Rothman and Ice. Breaking sports news as it happens on The Fan.
Pull up a stool and ask the bartender for something neat, because Uncle Bo is on the radio. This is Bishop and Friends.
Yeah, and as you heard Baker say there in the update, Caden Lindstrom at 1 o'clock with Rothman and Ice. We'll have Steve Mears, who's the new television play-by-play voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets. He'll be joining us at the bottom of this hour. Just again, till noon today. I said it a couple of times. We were on till 1 o'clock because I'm getting my shows crossed, but I haven't called it Fan Sports Saturday yet, DeVier.
You just want to spend an extra hour with Depot. That's what it is.
I would love to spend not just an extra hour with DeVier, not just an extra hour with you, Ryan Baker, but an extra hour with you, the wonderful listeners and viewers. 971 The Fan, obviously, because, we're on YouTube now. But something that we do every first Friday, before I get to that, I'm really excited, DeVier, at 11:48-ish. Final segment of the show, Bo always does his officially endorsed and gives you a drink recommendation for this first Friday. Now, this is the, I think, firstiest of first Fridays as we go into the 4th of July holiday tomorrow. I will have the best drink recommendation for you, the wonderful listeners, to properly prepare or to be properly prepared to enjoy a 4th of July holiday. But that'll be 11:48.
Okay.
I will deliver that to you, the people.
Got.
But first, we got to get to...
Nothing is off limits. Your participation is required. Just use the hashtag #HeyGuys and ask anything you want. Do it now.
Sponsored by Whiskey War, by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
These first couple here, guys, we're going to head over to the Twitter machine and check out what they had to say at 971BFS. This one is from Shannon. Hey, guys, create a family-friendly All-American Field Day. Which 4 or more sports or competitions would you include? Examples, the egg toss, potato sack, hop, tug of war, balloon pop relay, etc.
Family activities.
Doing a Posey Family Field Day. What activities are you including? It's got to have water balloons. Any good field day has water balloons.
Water balloon toss is definitely in there. Not doing tug of war. That kills my hands. And that's real hard work.
Yeah, for the parents and for the adults and for those with back and knee and joint issues.
Yeah.
Trying to tug of war against 10-year-olds? No, that's out.
No, I like these little obstacle courses that I'm seeing on social media. I'll see the long tarp with soap on it. Maybe, well, you can't do it with the kids, but maybe a shot of something at the table. You take a shot, you run down the tarp with
the slip and slide.
The slip and slide.
At a Crocodile Mile growing up.
And then you get there, and then you got to stack some cups, and then you got to run back. So it would be some type of drinking obstacles for the kids. It would obviously be soda.
I was going to say, you're just going to put a beer at the end of it. Slide down the thing. Then dad chugs the beer once the kid crosses the cups.
Yeah.
Shoots off a bottle rocket.
Tell you what, fireworks are fun to do for field days, but not for kids.
I feel
safe out there.
I feel like we got to have some kind of 3-legged race in there as well.
3-legged race?
People tied together and you got to go.
Yeah,
that's always fun.
Those are good.
This one coming in from Nick. Hey, guys, in the spirit of the holiday, what is your favorite type of firework? I like the big sparkling one that looks like a weeping willow tree.
Well, those are, when you think of fireworks, you think of those.
Yeah.
The Roman candles for me, just growing up, we would use those as, wizard wands, or what you call them, wizard staffs, or whatever you call them, but you're pointing them and shooting. And again, do as I say, not as I do. Very dangerous if you're pointing and shooting those kinds of fireworks at your friends. But fun, nonetheless.
My favorite is the waterfall. You can hear, the rain. Love those. Waiting for those at the fireworks tonight. Can't wait to hear them.
I got a couple years ago a mortar one that had 100 shots, and she just lit it once and watched it go.
That's nice. I like that.
Mortars are pretty good. Bottle rocket, obviously a classic. You can get a bunch for pretty cheap.
I feel like the 4th of July, the ones that shoot off and form a star or the flag are always pretty cool, too.
Absolutely.
This one coming in from Gerald. Hey, guys, with the 4th tomorrow and all the eating contests, what food eating contest would you enter if you could? Also, if High Bank did a drinking contest and you had to choose 2 people from the fan to represent, who are you choosing?
Maybe Scotty Vegas. I know he's in there.
No, because it's now skinny
is
Scotty
this a
Vegas.
drinking contest for Scotty?
Let's start with the drinking contest.
Because I've golfed with Scotty. He would not win. You were not putting Scotty up there.
I got 2. I do the general and then probably Baker.
Okay.
I like that. I like being in there.
Bake, you were my second, Bake.
If this was 10 years ago, I'd definitely put me in there.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine, again, Scotty's lost, 40 pounds?
Yeah.
Thanks to Awaken 180. So, no, he's not going to be useful in a drinking contest.
Yeah, he's lost his drinking ability.
Listen, I think I would throw Fish in there because anybody that deals with all of us has to drink.
But I wonder, can he drink well?
Yeah, it's a skill.
He isn't drinking well. He's going top shelf.
But what's the food that we would?
What food eating contest would you want to enter?
I would want to try a pierogi eating contest.
Pierogi?
Yeah, I saw Joey Chestnut do it at a Cavs game. I wasn't at the Cavs game, but
yeah,
I saw him do it during an intermission, and he put away like 40 pierogies. It's been like 2 minutes. I think he has the world record for it, but
I would only crab leg eating contest for me.
Would you want to crack them, or would you want them pre-cracked?
No.
I feel like you have to do that work if it were to be a true contest. Like
if it was crab and I throw crawfish and shrimp in there, I'm pretty fast when it comes to cracking crab. I got some techniques, so yeah, I'll crack them.
Guys, this is easy for me. I can put down some pizza. I think I could do good in a pizza eating contest.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's head over to YouTube to grab these next couple. I liked this one. This is from, where is it? Joe Goodspeed. Hey, guys, if you had to choose one, grass at the shoe or upgrades to the shot for better environment?
Grass at the shoe.
I'm going to have to defer to the former player because I don't think there's anything you can do with the shot but tear it down and build it back up into something better.
Yeah,
the shoe, at least, if you put it, and I think they are going to put in grass because they've got the Manchester City Chelsea friendly that's coming, and there's no way they're coming in and playing on that turf.
Yeah, no, grass. Get back to grass. Because there are a lot of great golf courses here in Columbus, and I'm talking about the grass is nice, and they keep it nice all year round. You can keep Ohio Stadium nice all year round.
But I heard about what about the water table?
The water table?
I have no idea. That's one of the excuses that's been thrown as to why you can't have grass at the stadium. Like, it's ridiculous.
No, we need grass there.
And then last one here, guys. This one coming on from Phil J over on Twitter. Hey, guys, what is your perfect 4th of July weekend, assuming you're not working?
Not working.
What if the perfect one was to be here on the Fan?
Yeah.
Like some of us will.
It won't. Yeah. It wouldn't at all.
I'll be here.
But you're working too?
Yeah, I'm working too.
At noon today, my out of office goes, and it doesn't come back, or it doesn't come down until July 15th.
Oh, the reply email?
No, yeah, my reply all is getting hit with sorry, I'm out of office.
Oh.
You need something? Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh,
so I get to be here all next week for Bishop and Friends because of that.
You get to be.
And then my out of office goes up after that.
It's a good feeling today at noon, I'll tell you that much.
Where are you going?
Going to Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing Portland for a couple days, and then we're doing Oregon wine country.
Nice.
That might give you a sense of where I'm going for our officially endorsed at the bottom of the hour, which, again, I'm so excited to be able to finally give you, the people, an officially endorsed drink recommendation that'll get you prepared and ready to go for the 4th of July. We do need to pick a winner. I like Nick's question about fireworks because anything that goes pop in the night tickles my fancy.
I like that one, too, just because of DeVier's description of the waterfall fireworks.
Those are the best.
Can you do that again? All right, Nick, so you're going to get that $50 High Bank gift card and a free distillery tour and tasting for up to 10 people. It'll be at the home of the best blended whiskey in America, 3 years running, located right here in Columbus. Stop by High Bank's 2 locations in Grandview and Gahanna to enjoy their award-winning spirits for your next happy hour. Make your reservation at highbankco.com. Drink local, drink High Bank. CBS Sports ranks some Big Ten football coaches. Where does Ryan Day stand amongst the pack? We'll discuss that next. It's Bishop and Friends on the Fan.
This promo is brought to you by Common Man and Timmy Hall's Ping Pong Game. The Fan.
Find savings to celebrate this 4th of July with one stop at Meijer. Pick up fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef family pack for just $2.99 per pound. And family pack chicken drumsticks for 99 cents per pound. Bulk sweet corn is 5 for $1 this week. Meijer potato chips are 3 for $6. And Aunt Millie's Stadium buns are $1.99. Plus, get even more great deals with buy 5, save $5. Get everything you need for July 4th this week at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in store or in the Meijer app.
Listen up, gamers. Mountain Dew has always been your go-to for a refreshing citrus kick. Now it's also your go-to for gaming rewards. With Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards, you just look for codes under the caps of specially marked 20-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew. Enter those codes online to bank points, and then redeem them for awesome gaming gear. Everything from gift cards, game copies, controllers, consoles, custom Mountain Dew gaming gear, and more. Join Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards now.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at mountaindewgaming.com and 2525. Voter prohibited.
Incredible lease deals for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Now through July 6th, lease a 2024 Civic LX for $249 a month, or a 24 Accord LX for $259 a month, even a CRV front-wheel drive for $279 a month. 36-month lease, payments plus tax, title, document fees, and $29.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles a year, includes Honda loyalty with approved credit. From the Honda dealership in Central Ohio, Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Parkway, just south of 270.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Spectrum delivers with fast and reliable internet. And with Spectrum One, you get even more. Spectrum Internet, so you can work, game, and stream with speeds up to a gig. Plus advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and one Spectrum Mobile unlimited line, both free for 12 months. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile. Get it all together with Spectrum One, starting at just $49.99 a month. Visit Spectrum.com for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Restrictions apply.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
I've always wanted 3 kids. I came from a family of 3 kids, and I started picturing having 3 car seats in the back of my truck.
That's Megan, Wisconsin native, working mom of 2, and lifelong conservative. Megan never thought she would get an abortion until a diagnosis late in her pregnancy changed everything.
Doctors told us our baby had no chance to survive. And because of Wisconsin's abortion ban, I would be forced to carry my baby for months, knowing he would die. It felt like a bad dream. It felt like a bad dream.
To get the care she needed, Megan had to leave the state. And now if senators in Washington pass a national abortion ban, families like Megan's will have nowhere to turn.
These decisions should be made privately amongst women and their families. And government should have no say in that. No senator in Washington should support a national abortion ban.
Paid for by Free and Just. Visit freeandjust.us to learn more.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are cloudy with temperatures back in the 80s. Going to be feeling more like the 90s for now. Temperatures continue to climb with highs in the 90s, feeling more like 100 degrees this afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms get started by 2, continue into 4 p.m. with the strongest showers and storms moving out shortly after 6 p.m. I'm meteorologist Madison Wright with your Doppler 10 forecast on The Fan.
If you Say something with enough confidence, it must be true. You're listening to Bishop and Friends.
And I can confidently tell you the Schmitz-Cardell-Jones Celebrity Softball game is coming. Why picnic when you can Schmitnick? It's presented by Monogram Homes. Saturday, July 20th, 6:30 at Huntington Park. Current Ohio State football players versus former Ohio State football players, including the one to my right, DeVier Posey. Cardale's your captain. Tyvis will be with you. James Laurinaitis, Daniel Boom Heron are on the former players. Current players, you'll have Emeka Egbuka captaining with Jack Sawyer, Will Howard, Devin Brown, JT Tuimaluau. Get your tickets at BuckeyeCruise.com. They're only $10 available today. DeVier, do you feel physically ready for this event on the 20th?
I'm actually feeling good, but you know a name that we did not mention, and that's Zach Bourne, and he is
heard he's good,
a very good player. Maybe it's good that the current guys don't know that we're advertising him. Maybe we should keep kind of as a secret.
I don't think there's any hiding him.
He's probably our best player. So super excited. This event is always fun. Cardell and the Buckeye crews, they do such a great job putting on a great event. It's fun. I always sit in the outfield and reflect, like, what college can you go to that even as a 34-year-old married husband, dad of 3, can still be relevant playing in a celebrity softball game for your college team? It's an amazing place. It's for a good cause. And the thing about it is it's just pure fun to interact with the current players.
Zach Boren, the number 2 ranked baseball player in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, so again, there's no hiding that. And also just physically, there's no hiding that man.
Yes.
So again, and I also think like Emeka Egbuka, I think Jack Sawyer was saying this, or saying as much as what I'm about to say when he was on with Morning Juice this morning, that Emeka Egbuka is a tremendous athlete and can just pick up things and be instantly great at them. Like baseball, like golf.
Yep.
Like that skill set tracks. I mean, he was given gifts that 0.1% of people on this planet have.
Yep.
The reigning home run derby champ.
Good luck.
I mean, no, these guys are in shape. Yeah, no, these guys are in shape. I'll be honest. What
are you doing to train to get in shape for this?
Who, me? Oh, no, I'm the usual. Golfing 3 times a week. Probably having a beer tonight. Being a dad.
Of course.
I play basketball on Thursdays. It's canceled this week. And that's pretty.
In the spirit of the 4th of July, would you? We were talking about this in the break, and I wanted to bring it to the air. You are in discussions with the missus about getting a pool, and I would argue the pool crowd would say this would help with your cardiovascular.
Yes, it does. I swam a lot when I played. Yeah, so getting a pool, is it worth it in Ohio? And I believe it is.
With them kids, it is.
I just believe it is. Here. Yes, for the kids, for sure. But my point of view, Bake, is I think we've been experiencing warmer winters, hotter falls, and earlier summers. And I think, I'm not saying it's global warming, but as of late, we've been going more towards East Coast summers, which gives you more months in the pool. So I think it's worth it.
I'm all for you getting a pool, because then maybe there's a chance you invite me over.
Absolutely. Well, I would definitely have a fan pool party for sure.
So I'm going to ask to you out there, either the YouTube chat or at Twitter 971BFS at Depot8, should DeVier get a pool?
Absolutely.
And then you just, this is the argument you have. You say the people demand it.
Yes.
And the kids. And I think you would get a lot more use out of it than you think.
And any listeners who are listening who work for a pool company, please hit me up and let me know the best pool.
DeVier Posey's looking for a pool. Help him out, Buckeye Nation.
Let's go.
Feels like the easiest thing we could do.
Oh, thank you.
Hopefully, there for a while around the COVID time, pools were backed up and behind. So hopefully that's not the case now, DeVier.
Joe says it's worth it only if you get a heater.
See, and that's the thing. What I'm thinking is you got to have the heated pool. Because I swam in a heated pool in college. It was in Zanesville, actually. It was at the Longenberger House, and it was a great time. But it was like late March. It was cold outside. I'm like, see, this is nice. This is nice.
Get a little extended life out of the pool that way.
There it is. There it is. More months.
Would you get a hot tub with it, or like the jacuzzi thing attached to it, or just the pool?
I wonder if the pool is heated. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You just turn the heat up, right?
Yeah, sure. I have no idea. I'm hoping for you, though, my friend.
Yeah.
That a pool comes your way sometime. What would you be thinking, like in the next year or so?
It would be a 2025, 2026 thing. This year, this week we just finished putting up our basketball hoop, and I helped do that. Put the concrete in the ground. That was an experience.
Did you use YouTube to get a how-to tutorial?
Actually, TikTok. TikTok was a lot.
Did not have that on my bingo card.
TikTok was a lot. It's just you can stop the videos. Obviously, you can speed them up.
Sure.
I think the quality is done better.
I have found my algorithm on Instagram shifting to DIY stuff.
Oh,
it was
mode?
food and 3D printing at one point, and now it is DIY things. Like I'm watching people just build decks, and because it's sped up, you watch them, build an entire deck, which would take for them 2 days, and they do it in 30 seconds.
But tell me how good DIY is.
Well, it looks great, but I'm an idiot, so I don't think I could replicate. Not properly.
They never show you the whole. They don't show you the hard parts of it.
No, of course not. That's not entertaining.
Show you the highlights. They're only going to show you how
Nobody
hard
wants
it
to
is.
see the hard work part.
Oh, man. DIY it's a whole thing. And once you're bit by it, you're bit.
So you're hooked on, you're doing, now you're finding yourself with the tool belt and doing projects around your house?
I'm going to be at Home Depot on Saturday because every first Saturday of the month, they do kids projects at Home Depot. You know how I found out? I was at Home Depot on the first Saturday doing DIY stuff, and I had my son with me. And so they do these projects where they give him an apron, and then we built a grill. We built a wood grill.
Wow, just like in an hour?
In like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we'll go this Saturday, but yeah, I'm bit by the DIY bug.
So you're thinking what? Small grill a couple of months ago, basketball hoop this next week.
Yeah, we're finishing
and then
the
we're
bathroom.
thinking in 2025, then you're going to, bathroom.
And we just finished. We're finishing the bathroom this week.
You'll be doing the pool yourself next year.
No.
At this rate.
Hand digging it with a
there
shovel.
you go.
No, I won't. Fireplace is next.
In the break, I have somebody that has a hookup for you. So thank you to the YouTube chat.
Let's go.
It's the wonders of social media, really.
Go Buckeyes.
This was put in front of me by Baker earlier this morning. Tom Fornelli of CBS Sports had the Big Ten coaching rankings, and I think we could probably do the first two pretty easily. It could be some mix of Ryan Day or Dan Lanning. Now, I could understand out there if people are saying Dan Lanning over Ryan Day. I'd hear the argument, but I would counter right now with the talent, with the resume. Having lost 3 games conference play over the last 3 seasons, it's Ryan Day, and then Dan Lanning, and then there's a chasm. They've got Lincoln Riley at 3, James Franklin at 4, Luke Fickell at 5. How does that sit with you?
That sits with me. I'll be honest. I don't know what it is. I just can't get on a Dan Lanning train. It's making, for me, what I'm feeling personally. I think that Oregon and Ohio State will become the leaders in this conference over the next 5 to 10 years. Tito believes that too. I think they have, obviously, Dan Lanning over Sharon Moore. I just think I'm going to hate him. He's going to be my nemesis. I just believe this guy is going to get on my nerves over the next 5 to 10 years.
Wouldn't you want that, though? It feels like without Jim Harbaugh, now a nemesis is needed.
And he has all the ability to hate.
Because Bert's lost some juice now that he's coaching at Illinois.
Oh,
he was fun to hate.
Bielema?
Yeah.
He is fun to hate, but he's also he's like that old, if I'm watching Batman, he's that guy that the superhero can beat.
Mm-hmm. There's no real threat there.
He's no real threat. We know what he has. He has that one little laser thing.
He can do the freezy gun, and it's whatever. Batman's got this.
Yeah. So, but Dan Lanning proposes threat. He's cocky. He actually has somewhat of bravado about him. He has this look on his face when he comes out, it's just this weird, smirk, mean mug. It's just, I can see myself hating him.
I think that's healthy. And I think that I like that Ryan Day has the beard and that he can kind of lean into that for other schools.
Yeah.
I do feel that it is worth, come on, Kirk Ferentz, I don't think anybody could ever hate Luke
Uncle
Fickell.
Kurt? No, you don't hate Uncle Kurt. You're oh, man, it's just Uncle Kurt.
Interested to see what Jonathan Smith can do at Michigan State, Matt Rule at Nebraska, PJ Fleck's annoying more than anything. So, I do think Dan Lanning, please help us. I think having a nemesis makes everything better. Shannon chimes in at 971BFS on Twitter. Pools are expensive and require daily maintenance in the summers. you sure will use it, get a solar cover. So I'm not 100% sure what that is, but again, it does seem...
Solar covers work.
Okay, it does seem...
It's basically a cover on the pool that helps reflect the heat from the sun and help warm your water up faster.
There you go.
Nice.
So just thank you to our listeners for helping Depot get a pool.
Well, yeah.
Or at least be properly prepared for when he wants to do it himself.
Yeah, we're thinking about the process of having a pool.
I'm not sure where Steve Mears sits on pools, but he will be moving, presumably, to the Central Ohio area here in the next month or so. He's the new television play-by-play voice for your Columbus Blue Jackets, and he joins us next. It's Bishop and Friends on The Fan.
If you're starting your day any other way, you're doing it wrong. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan.
We always come through for you when you need us to. That's ECO's promise to you. And for AC repair and installation, that means today, not tomorrow. If you have an air condition breakdown, we'll get a tech out to your home today. Or we'll give you a year's EcoFi Advantage membership for free. And make no mistake, we're a repair, not replace company. Our techs are trained to give you all your repair options. Sometimes, though, it just makes more financial sense to replace. And that's where we really come through for you when you need us to. Because we'll replace your AC system same day. No sleeping overnight in a hot, humid house. Or we'll take $1,500 off the cost of your new system and provide you with portable AC units for your bedroom. That's what coming through for you when you need us to means. So if you need AC repair, call ECO for same-day service. We'll get your home cool again. We'll make it happen today.
At GetEco.com.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardale Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Smiths Cardale Jones charity softball game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why picnic when you can smicknick? Get your $10 tickets now at BuckeyeCruise.com.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Raising Cane's iced tea is the official iced tea of me, iced tea. Now, I've heard some people don't order iced tea with their box combos. I've also heard some people spontaneously combust. Sip on that for a while. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Picture this, the perfect summer barbecue. No stress, no responsibilities, just all your friends, burgers sizzling, hot dogs cooking, Pepsi Zero Sugar fizzing, and a backyard of very, very happy people. Oh yeah, we could get used to this. Very, very used to this. Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out. Summer grilling just got better with new Pepsi Lime and Pepsi Peach. Available for a limited time.
Swimming is a great way to exercise and spend time with family and friends. Always swim with a buddy, keep an eye on children, and be prepared in an emergency if there is no lifeguard on duty. The next time you go to the pool, be water smart and know where the safety equipment is located. Complete the Ohio Department of Health Safety Equipment Scavenger Hunt and learn more about pool safety at odh.ohio.gov/swim. Have a safe swim. Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Did your mobile provider just increase their prices again? Switch to Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. With Spectrum Mobile, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Switching to Spectrum Mobile has never been easier. We'll pay off your phone balance up to $2,500. Stop dealing with price hikes from your cell phone company. Get Spectrum Mobile. Visit spectrum.com/it-pays-to-switch for full details. Offer subject to change. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Bishop and Friends is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medications. The solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
With friends like these, who needs former college football players? This is Bishop and Friends.
Yes, it is. Eric Rieser, DeVier Posey, Ryan Baker till noon today, and we get a great opportunity here to welcome the new television play-by-play voice for your Columbus Blue Jackets on Bally Sports. He is Steve Mears. He joins us courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Steve is a lifelong Blue Jackets fan and a native of this great city. Welcome. How's the last 48 hours been for you? Welcome and congratulations, I should say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been crazy. The phone has been on fumes. Phone battery is barely hanging on, but a lot of well wishes, a lot of people from all different phases of life, and maybe most encouraging is a lot of people from Bowling Green when I was going to school there, and including some Columbus natives who grew up as Blue Jackets fans or were fans of the Columbus Chill and told me all about it when I was at BG. So I got a lot of familiarity with the area and some of the people, and I'm just so excited. We're actually driving over today and spending 4th of July there, doing some house hunting and just taking part in development camp and getting to know some people. So I'm excited.
All right, Steve, I'd be remiss to ask, because we just had a conversation actually in the last segment. My co-host, DeVier Posey, is looking to get a pool. And so that's something that if you're looking for a new home, would that be anything you're interested in? Or would you put, I guess, emphasis on a garage? I don't know if you remember Artemi Panarin left Columbus because he couldn't get a garage. Is there anything specific you're looking for in a house here in Central Ohio?
I don't need a pool. I could use a garage. You know what I really want? And they don't. Sometimes I guess they come with that home, but I want a sauna. That's what I want. Nice. I want the sauna. I just think there's so many benefits. It's relaxing, and I would love to get one installed. Or if there was a house out there that had a sauna already in it, that's like a luxury item that I think my family would love to have in there. But how about just 4 walls and a roof? We'll take that.
Good start.
Steve Mears and all the local realtors listeners, he's looking for a sauna. DeVier Posey, Steve, I wanted to just speak with you. Just such an accomplished career, obviously almost 2 decades, calling games. You've seen all types of action, especially in Pittsburgh with the success they've had. What are you looking forward to with this organization, and what do you love most about your job as a broadcaster?
Well, first of all, I'm looking forward to just getting into the city, and it's I've always said it. It's one of my favorite cities in the NHL. I think it's one of the best cities in the NHL, and especially here today, just to get into town. And when you come in with a visiting team, all you do is stay downtown. You may walk to the rink, go to the morning skate, and go to dinner. And you have the game, of course, and you leave. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the suburbs and the surrounding areas and the neighborhoods outside of downtown. And my wife and we're going to have our son, who's 13 months old. Carter's joining us. It's his first road trip ever. So it's a family trip. We're going to have a great time. So I'm looking forward to that. And then as far as with the job, it's and especially in a place like Columbus where the building's packed, the fan base, they're so supportive. And just to be able to have that adrenaline rush on a game, it's almost like you're playing. It's to hear the crowd and feel the energy. And I think it's something, especially after the pandemic, we missed it during that period so much, and then you appreciate it so much more to have packed buildings and the energy of the crowd and just a young up-and-coming team and a new era with the Jackets. New coach is coming in, new general manager with a ton of experience in Don Waddell, and working with Jody Shelley on the Columbus TV side is going to be great too. He's one of the best in the business. So for me, this job just checked all the boxes, and And I just love that game night. I can't wait for opening night against the Florida Panthers. And Nationwide has always been one of my favorite venues. So I'm going to have a little extra incentive to have that rooting interest on opening night when the Jackets are taking on the defending Stanley Cup champs.
Yeah, Steve, it's really, I mean, when we enter October, it'll be a brand new era of Columbus Blue Jackets hockey. But just, again, Steve Mears is our guest. He's the new television play-by-play voice on Bally Sports for your Columbus Blue Jackets. So get used to hearing this voice. And, again, welcome him to the capital city, please. But just from the outside looking in, just your thoughts on this Columbus roster as it currently stands. And, you know, I can't imagine in the next month it's going to look anywhere close to what it does right now.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just so encouraged by the youth. Some of the pieces, and this is how you have to do it in the NHL, right? You can't try to just buy your way to contention. You definitely can augment with certain pieces, and I think I just mentioned the Florida Panthers there as winning a Stanley Cup. They actually had a bunch of different methods. They had the core that they drafted, and they made a blockbuster trade, and then you're able to sign a big free agent like a goalie. So they did it in a unique way, but you have to build a core through the draft, and that's what the Jackets are doing right now. And one of the keys is just getting some of these young guys and having them be healthy, which they weren't last year. But I'm just so encouraged when you see Adam Fantilli and watch him play, Kent Johnson and Cole Sillinger, and then on the blue line you've got David Jiricek, who's a young prospect, up and coming, and now this past draft, where they get the 4th overall pick, really encouraging to see the pick in Caden Lindstrom, who is the type of player that you need, big physical center. If you're going to do that type of rebuild, you have to do it from down the middle, so you have to have talented centers, and now they're doing that. And then also an emphasis on defense. And I look at the draft picks that they made, their size, there's right shot defensemen, that's a hot commodity. And you eventually going to get the coach to bring in some structure. And I don't see any reason why the Jackets cannot be in the postseason very soon, maybe as soon as this year. Look at last year. Philadelphia Flyers were a great example. They almost made the playoffs. Nobody picked them to even come close because they completely tore it down. But they had structure. They defended well. They had enthusiasm from their young players, and they were complemented by some veteran guys. Winnipeg is another example. They bring in a veteran coach. They play solid defense, good system, good structure, discipline in the way that they play, and they get into the playoffs. And again, nobody thought they were a playoff team, and a lot of that had to do with the coach and the way that they played, their style. So and there's no reason why the Jackets can't be in playoff contention this year, and it doesn't take like 5-6 years to do a full rebuild like it used to. You can turn it around pretty quickly.
Steve, you and I were talking off air, and I remember you with your time at NHL Network, where you were a studio host for them. How did your time at NHL Network help you as you went into the job of TV and radio announcer for Pittsburgh and now moving on to the Blue Jackets?
Well, the Blue Jackets were always good to us. They gave us guests, so we always loved them. And it was a good time, too, to be following the Jackets because they had their playoff appearances there. And I always had a fondness, again, just from my time at Bowling Green. So I just had a fondness for the city. And my junior year at BG was the Blue Jackets' inaugural season. So I posted on social media the ticket stub from the first Jackets game I went to, which was the 20th game in franchise history. So I'm going way back, and I've always had that fondness and that connection. It's almost been like a second home. And so that was always in my mind as I was working there at NHL Network, and I always appreciated the fact that their great PR staff gave us a lot of guests. But yeah, it was a tremendous job. It was like, what better job could you have as a hockey fan and just a hockey nerd like I am, where every day for 2 hours you're talking about the significant storylines around the league, what big trade was being made, what coach was on the hot seat, and then the names we got to talk to, from Wayne Gretzky to Gary Bettman to Patrick Waugh or Teemu Selanne or Alex Ovechkin. It was the best, and they do such great work over there at NHL Network, and it's important. The NHL Network is important, I think, for the sport because you don't have as many traditional media outlets covering hockey the way they do the other sports. So to have a traditional television channel that's airing games and it's airing shows and countdown shows and some events. I think it's really big. So I enjoyed it. I love living in New York, but I'm a Midwestern guy, so I'm happy to be back in this region and then to be moving into Columbus starting here pretty soon. I wish it was opening night tomorrow. I wish we could get going right now.
A lot of enthusiasm and a lot of excitement, I think, towards the future for this organization. Steve, I just want to ask one more question. Have you watched a game at Ohio Stadium, whether it be football or I guess this upcoming March 1st, you're going to get that Stadium Series game between the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings. Have you taken in the Horseshoe yet?
Yes, I have. Going back to BG, we would come down for whether it was Blue Jackets, and sometimes it was Ohio State football, and a lot of times it was Falcon Buckeye hockey because I was doing the radio announcer for the Falcons, so I would do games, and we would. It was right around the time that OSU's new rink was opening. And, I had never – it was OSU Michigan that I got to see too. So, like, my standard was set so high. The bar was so high. I had never seen anything like this. Like, you grow up in Western Pennsylvania, you have like, high school football is big. And, like Penn State is big and all that. But, like, I had never seen anything like OSU Michigan. And now to be playing a hockey game in that historic venue – it's going to be so special. I just can't wait. I'm glad the Jackets are getting their time to shine here on such a national stage. It's long overdue. They should have had this a while ago, but I'm glad it's happening now. You got the Red Wings, you got the Blue Jackets, so you got a rivalry there, and you got geography, and that helps that the other team and the fan base can come down and make this such a massive event. I've been lucky to be at a bunch of Winter Classics and Stadium Series games, and no matter what the reaction is nationally, the reaction in that market for every single one of these is always thrilling. It's just, there's it's a huge, it takes over the city. And whether it's Stadium Series, whether it's a matchup you've seen before, even if it's a venue that they've used before, it doesn't really matter because in that city on that day or night, it's the biggest thing that's going on, and it's the hottest ticket. And this is going to be no different. But this is going to be special just for me because it's long overdue, historic venue, ton of people. Hopefully the weather cooperates, and the Jackets can pull out a victory. But, it's that is an experience like I've never seen. That's like sports bucket list stuff to see OSU Michigan when I was like 19 years old. And I probably should have never gone to a game again anywhere else after that.
Well, you've got me excited for hockey season, Steve. Thanks so much for giving us some of your time again. He is Steve Mears, the new television play-by-play voice for your Columbus Blue Jackets on Bally Sports. Look forward to getting you into the capital city and then looking forward to October and what should be a really exciting season, both for the current of this hockey club and then the future, Steve. Thanks so much for the time. Safe travels, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hey, thanks very much. I need food recommendations. I need places to hang out, the good spots for the family. I need all this help, guys. So feel free to pass it along.
We got you, Steve.
We will do that. Steve appears courtesy of Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Again, at Mearsy NHL is the handle on X for Steve, is where you want to send him those food recommendations. If we had some more time, I'd throw a couple at him. I would just recommend, as you're moving, find a good pizza spot. Because
that's not hard to do.
It's very easy to do. And it really doesn't matter which part of the city that you're in. There's going to be something good. But for me, pizza, and not to blow past the clock, which is exactly what we're doing here, when you're moving stuff, you don't really have time, to cook, and you don't have time to really think. Pizza's good in that situation because it's rarely bad.
No. Pizza you can never go wrong.
It's good for the whole family.
Amen.
I have been waiting for this next segment for the entire show. I will give you my officially endorsed drink recommendation for your Independence Day First Friday coming up next. It's Bishop and Friends on The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
In a world without Mountain Dew, life would be pretty dull. So grab yourself a Mountain Dew and get that incomparable blast of neon citrus flavor. Hey, if you're not having an outrageously good time, you're not drinking Dew. Do the Dew.
Hey, Ohio! Make memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio State Fair, July 24th through August 4th. Experience the food, entertainment, animals, shopping, rides, and more. July 24th through August 4th. Tickets on sale at ohiostatefair.com.
With surgery and drugs being the main options to treat chronic joint pain, that left orthopedic surgeons like Dr. Ray Tessner thinking,
geez, wouldn't it be nice if we can have another form of treatment that eliminates some of the downside and has a bigger upside as we learn more about it?
And then he found it. Regenerative medicine, an exciting, fast-growing approach to dealing with pain using healing agents from your own body.
Well, it's using the miracle benefits of the human body to help encourage healing.
Today, you'll find Dr. Tessner at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, giving patients lasting relief from joint pain in their knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
It's one of the best management tools that has come around in a long time.
Finally, options other than surgery and steroids. All natural regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Learn more. Call today for your free consultation.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
That's the sound of sweat falling drip by miserable drip, because your AC has decided to call it quits in this heat. But the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team never quits. So no sweat. The Waterworks offers same-day AC service to help you keep your cool this summer. And that sounds amazing. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Hello, loyal listener. Make sure to spend your summer with the Fan. Are you going on a road trip? Don't suffer through the bad playlists and hillbilly radio stations. Download the Fan app and take us with you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
America's favorite car show returns to Ohio for the biggest hot rodding event of the year. It's the Good Guys 26th Summit Racing Nationals, and it's all taking place July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Check out thousands of chrome and candied hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Shop the huge swap meet and vendor midway and see which rides take home the crown of the Good Guys 2024 Classic Instrument Street Rod and PPG Street Machine of the Year. It's all happening July 12th through the 14th at the Ohio Expo Center, and you don't want to miss it. Get complete details at good-guides.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let's talk about your sleep, specifically if you're not getting enough of it. If you're feeling groggy all day because you didn't sleep well, that is an awful feeling. I've been there. And if you're snoring when you sleep, well, that could be a big reason why you aren't feeling rested. This fact surprised even me the first time I heard it, and that is as you age, your risk of having obstructive sleep apnea nearly doubles. That's right. You need to find out if your snoring is related to sleep apnea, because if it is, there's actually help available for you right now. Dr. Mark Levy is board certified in the treatment of sleep apnea, and he offers a custom-fitted oral appliance that effectively treats sleep apnea. I have been telling you about this for years. And maybe you've been snoring for years. Now's the time to get this fixed. Plus, most Medicare patients have little to no out-of-pocket costs for this treatment. So you need to stop putting it off. Don't ignore your snore. Get your sleep apnea treated by calling Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Get the life back you deserve. Call Dr. Mark Levy today, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Welcome to Reverse Aesthetics. Our medical weight loss program includes popular medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, both of which are supercharged by our body sculpting treatments. For only $2.99 per month, under the supervision of our board-certified medical doctor, Reverse Aesthetics can help you achieve your weight loss goals while tracking progress quarterly. We have plenty of inventory and can begin treatment within 48 hours of your consult. Schedule now at reverse-aesthetics.com or call us at 614-656-4000.
All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Keep your friends close and your producers closer. You're listening to Bishop and Friends.
Oh, the Daily Fan Poll. At 971 The Fan on the social media platform formerly known as Twitter. What is your favorite grilled meat on the 4th of July? Brats and hot dogs is leading the way. No, it just got taken by burgers. Brats and hot dogs, burgers, chicken, ribs, steak are your 4 options. Brats and hot dogs should be their own option, in my opinion. But 41% of you say burgers, 40% say brats, hot dogs, 15% say ribs, steak, 2% say chicken. What say you, DeVier Posey?
I'm going to go with the beef ribs this year. I've learned how to do them. I've learned how to get them right.
Did you learn that on TikTok as well?
Yeah, it was probably a TikTok recipe. But here's the thing, like, you guys are
that
laughing.
exists.
Laughing. Hey, you can get a lot of crap done on TikTok. But I'll probably go with the beef ribs. I know we got some brats in there for the boys, and then it's all about the sides. It's all about the sides, E. That's what
it does. It can make or break whatever of those 4 options you have.
You can have good burgers, good brats, good ribs, good whatever, but if the sides are mid party.
Mm-hmm. Also, I need your food, or Steve Mears needs your food recommendations at Mearsy NHL, your Central Ohio food options. I would recommend Tommy's Pizza, but I guess it does depend on where he's looking for a home and where he might find said home, because again, if you're moving, if you're doing a bunch of stuff on a weekend, it's so easy to just order a pizza.
See, I'm going to go with some local favorites for Steve Mears. I'm going to go with Cap City. You know, places like that, obviously Roosters. Little Roosters.
Fun casual joint.
Fun casual joint. And so, yeah, I would go with the local favorites for him.
All right. I have been waiting for this all morning long.
Bishop and Friends present First Friday, officially endorsed, because everyone deserves 2 Fridays.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
We drink for the wrong reasons. My generation, we drink because it's good. Because it feels better than unbuttoning your collar. Because we deserve it. We drink because it's what men do.
All right, look, boys, this is a big First Friday. This is heading into the monster weekend of the summer. There is no way that I could leave this to the two of you.
Hey.
So, look, I'm going to give you a full day officially endorsed plan on how to handle it. This is the birthday of America, so we're going American across the board. In the day, take a Yeti, pour a garage beer in her. Why? Because you like beer that tastes like beer. Fill it with some ice, heavy lime squeeze. Enjoy that in the sun. Enjoy that as you're doing your barbecuing. And then at night, when you're preparing for the fireworks, well, then at that point, you're going to take a little bit of that High Bank Whiskey Ward Double Oak, pour it over some rocks, lemon twist. Enjoy. God bless America. You two don't screw up 3 things. Hit it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3 things.
Sponsored by Custom Air. Custom Air. Custom Solutions. Custom Comfort.
I have bad news for you, Mr. Bishop. I already screwed it up because we only have time for each of us to do a thing. I will start with Jackets' 4th overall pick. Caden Lindstrom's going to be on with Rothman and Ice. They're on from noon until 3. Lindstrom will be live in studio in the 1 o'clock hour.
My thing is enjoy those fireworks, and where I'll be is sitting in the bed of my truck watching the rain fireworks, watching the trickle. Yep, that'll be me.
My one thing, guys, everybody be safe if you're shooting off your own fireworks. We don't need any Jason Pierre-Pauls coming in tomorrow or Thursday, or I guess tomorrow is Thursday or Friday this weekend. So please come back with all your digits.
Yeah, and everybody be kind and wonderful to each other. Like, we don't, nobody's... What you're doing is not more important than what somebody else is doing. So let's just be awesome to everybody. DeVier, it was awesome having you in.
Great for
Ryan Baker, it is always fun. Guys, we hope you enjoy a wonderful and safe and happy 4th of July holiday and holiday weekend. Again, Rothman and Ice are coming up next. It's been Bishop and Friends on The Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is a Fan Action Update.
The Guardians coming off a 1-run win over the White Sox last night, are minus 190 favorites tonight as they take on Chicago again. Cleveland has a 6-game lead on the Minnesota Twins in the AL Central. Over-under on the game today is 8.5 runs. The Reds are plus 150 underdogs on the money line to the Yankees today. Reds last night upset the Yankees as a plus 185 underdog. For your Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Hi, it's me, Little Bob from Bob's Discount Furniture. I know, you don't know me yet, but I'm here to let you know that I'm opening up a brand new store in your area, located at Taylor Square in Reynoldsburg, bringing even more of my everyday low prices to the people of Ohio. And if you can't wait, mybobs.com is the quickest and easiest way to get unbeatable furniture prices delivered straight to your home today. That's my brand new Bob's Discount Furniture, coming to Reynoldsburg this summer.
Get Bob's Discount!
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
This is Paul Keels for Nature Stone Flooring, a unique blend of natural stone and their specially formulated epoxy, expertly installed over existing concrete. Nature Stone is the only flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Family owned and operated since 1989, no other company or product can match the features, benefits, and unconditional warranty of an authentic Nature Stone floor. Visit naturestone.com today and schedule your cost estimate. Act now and save up to 50% off any Nature Stone floor. It's not just a floor, wow, it's Nature Stone.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.